We don't have time for a song. It's E3, man.
But I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. The beating of our heart is the only sound. Okay.
Fine. You win this round.
All right, everybody. Welcome to... What episode is it?
I actually don't know. Is it 24?
It is!
Yes!
Oh, man. So, episode 24 of Flock of Geeks Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Defense, and alongside me is...
Kester.
What a rough week.
Yeah. How was the vacay?
It was okay. It was relaxing. We went to the beach, and I didn't go to the beach.
Okay, that seems like you could have just went to like a pool at
did.
a friend's house.
Well, yeah. It was away. The thing is, the beach is a private beach. So you have to pay money to get on the beach.
That's nonsense.
And I didn't want to, drop, a 3-day pass if I was only going to go once, and then I decided just never to go.
Yeah, you made the right call.
And the only other reason is because what's better than going on vacation and sitting on a beach porch and watching E3?
Yeah,
that's all I did.
That's what I would have done.
So that's what our show's about, E3. It's E3 everything. It's your news, what we're excited about, everything.
It was an exciting E3, I'll say that much.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff, and a lot of not so good stuff. So let's cover it all.
Yeah, let's dive in.
All right, we're going to do it in 3 sections. First section, we're going to do Microsoft's.
And we're going to try and get through that as fast as we can to get to stuff we care about.
There's a couple good things that came of it, but yeah, it seemed like the least exciting.
I don't know, man. Yeah, Microsoft, I feel like they should have done more.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Then we're going to hit up Sony for the second, and then we're going to hit up Nintendo for the last one.
Yeah,
so
for you.
If you're really anxious to get to Nintendo...
You can just skip to the end. No, don't do that.
I know. I was going to say, deal with it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a great time. So we'll jump right to it. Let's get to Microsoft's. Basically, we'll just go over big announcements they had and all the games that we...
Do you want to rate the press conferences? You want to do letter grades?
We could do that.
Let's do letter grades.
Okay. Do you want to do it at the end? Or?
Well, after we talk about it.
Okay, we'll do that. We're going to focus on mainly games that we seem to care about more, because there's a lot of games.
Yeah, there was a lot of announcements.
And they're smaller, and if you're really into that kind of thing, you can easily just type in all the games announced, but we're going to give
Or if you want us to talk about it, shoot us a message, and we'll talk
if you want to, a specific game or not. But for now, we're just going to go over the main goodies.
The highlights, if you will.
Yes. Okay, so starting with Microsoft, what we got here, we got Gears of War 4 was... we knew it was coming, but they talked about it some more. What are your thoughts there, Kester?
It looks really good, but it does just look like Gears of War.
Yeah, if you're excited for Gears, if you like Gears, you'll love this. For me, I was kind of out of the loop of Gears after the second one. I didn't really care to play more.
Yeah, I played them all.
So
but I really like Gears. I don't like the name J.D. Phoenix.
So that's the son, right?
That's
the main character.
That's the main character.
Yeah, it's.
He looks
real,
and he looks generic. He doesn't have that style that Marcus has.
Yeah, you got to get he has that trucker, I don't know. I always pictured him eating hot dogs for some reason.
Yeah. Well, they said Marcus Phoenix is going to be in it.
I mean, he was in some previews,
yeah.
But it was mainly him talking to JD.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm about as if I had an Xbox, I'd be super excited for it, but it's not.
A system seller?
No, it didn't look good enough to me.
Okay, so it looks good.
It does look good.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be a fun game and get a lot of rave reviews, and I'm interested to see how multiplayer pans out, because I like the first multiplayer a lot. But we'll just see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, kind of a segue into Killer Instinct DLC. They're going to have, what's his name? Is it General Grom or Graham? I don't know.
I know who you're talking about.
General
from
Ram.
Ram from Gears.
Yeah, they're having General Ram as a DLC character for Killer Instinct.
Which is cool. I really like what they do with Killer Instinct as far as it being free.
Yeah.
And it's a solid game. I think what they're doing there is great.
It's cool that it's still around.
Yeah, it's still going, so people obviously love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's really cool that they're doing it, and it's a cool character. Not one I'd really be super stoked for, but if you're into Gears, you might like it. And
they just had to get that Xbox connection in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I would have rather seen maybe Master Chief or Marcus.
Yeah. It is a weird. because all the locusts, which is the race of this general, they all look the same.
Yeah.
So it's just him in like cool armor.
Did you know Rom is a girl?
Rom?
Yeah, General Rom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that.
No, that tidbit.
Little tidbit for everyone.
I like that.
It's a woman.
That's cool. I like her more now.
Yeah, exactly.
It is cool. She's ugly.
She is hideous.
Okay, moving on. We're not into racing games, but Forza Horizon 3 was released, and I mean, for a racing game, it looks spectacular.
It really does, graphics wise at least. And I think they had said it has like 300 cars or something.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like that must be like a racer's dream.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, there's a couple of people commenting on our posts and saying like, you know, I think they've realized we're not a huge racing fans, you know.
No, it's not our
But
thing.
they always bring up, you know, a Forza for Microsoft people because they like those. They love those games. These are system sellers for them. So they're just saying that they're really excited for it, and I could see why.
Oh yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, so
if you're into that thing.
So check that out if you haven't. It looks like a good time. But I really don't have too much to say about it.
Nah.
So if you want to talk about it in the comments, go for it.
Yeah, because I got nothing.
And I'll probably respond, cool.
Cool. Cool.
Recore was announced. If officially, I'd like to talk about this a little bit.
I actually didn't watch anything on this.
Oh, okay.
So why don't you fill me in?
It's coming from the designers of Mega Man. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
And when I wanted to keep my eye on because I wasn't sure. But it looks like it's going to be an Xbox and PC exclusive for now.
Aw.
For however long that lasts, I don't know. But honestly, I'm not too sad about it after seeing gameplay.
It didn't look good.
It just looks really kind of strange. It's not what I anticipated it being. It looks really floaty, but that's like the purpose of it. Large sandbox, like arenas kind of shooting. And it just looks, and it's a lot of numbers. Like a Japanese game. Like it shows all the numbers shooting up.
Yeah.
When you hit something. And it just looks, I don't know. It looks like it would be either a lot of fun or it would look like it's really annoying.
Yeah. Or boring.
Or maybe boring. It's like so action-packed it's almost boring. It kind of reminded me of that, what was that game that you fought the giant ants and like destroyed the cities?
Oh, Earth Defense Force, yes.
It reminded me of like that, but serious.
You can't do that seriously.
You know, she wasn't fighting ants and stuff, but she was fighting like robots. Basically, it's a cool premise. I read up on it. The premise is this girl's called like a mechanic, and what they do is they send these people to different worlds, and they kind of create an infrastructure so that in time that people can come inhabit the world. So like she goes there first, builds robots, and lays out the foundation, and all these robots build it for her, and then she goes into like a cryogenic sleep, and when she wakes up it should be done. And then people will start coming to inhabit the planet that they're on. But what happened was the robots went nuts.
Oh, okay.
And like the world's crazy, and she wakes up and she has like a pet robot dog. And they go around like trying to like make it better. That
does sound like a cool idea though.
It is. And like everything about it seemed really cool. And then I just saw the gameplay and I'm like, I don't know if I want to play this. So if you're interested, check it out. It's just strange.
Yeah. I mean,
it might be cool.
It might be. I did it was just there was so much at E3 and I didn't care enough to look into it.
Yeah, I looked at it for a while. And
Yeah.
It's not a system seller for me. I'd pick it up if I had one, but I don't. So,
and I think that's the general theme with this Microsoft conference is there's not a system seller here.
No, that's not really. There's like one or two we'll get to that are like kind of putting me on edge.
Yeah,
but then I want to talk about the Scorpio at the end.
Okay.
All right. They obviously talked about Final Fantasy 15 at the press conference for Xbox. Any thoughts on this since?
No, I think I've had enough. I just wanted to come out and play it.
I'm getting more scared.
You're getting more scared?
Yeah, more I see of it. I tried.
I will say, yeah, the more I see of it, the less enthused I am. So that's maybe why I'm just not going to watch anything on it because it'll just make me angry.
There was a guy talking. He kind of annoyed me. I was watching like the live gameplay of it through E3, and I must have got on a little too late because they're like, oh, tweet this at us and we'll try to ask the question. And so if anyone was following my Twitter, they might have seen a couple questions pop up like randomly. about this, but they never answered my question.
That's bastard.
And you know what I asked?
Huh?
Said, are you going to be able to change their fucking clothes?
Yeah, that's the most important question. Do I have to look like a goth kid?
And I have not heard anything, so we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the demo. I didn't really like the demo all that much. It was beautiful. Didn't like the control scheme.
What's weird is I got the internet and I didn't even download it. I just completely forgot about it.
Yeah, it's kind of forgettable, but we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna buy it.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm just waiting for it to come out. Like
Yeah.
I don't need to see any more on it because it'll just make me mad.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to be soured on it before I even play it.
I completely agree.
So that's why I'm kind of trying to not see anything about it. I think it could only hurt my opinion.
Because this is it. This is the thing. I don't think it's gonna flop, but if it doesn't do well, like that might be the end of Final Fantasy. They've been banking on this thing, man.
They really are putting a lot of eggs in this basket. Well, they have the remake for 7 coming out, but that's another thing. That's just a catastrophe.
Yeah, we'll see. I also read they released more on the story mode of Final Fantasy. They said that it's going to be about 40 to 50 hours of story.
That's pretty long.
But there's supposedly, like, they always say this, oh, you could play it for infinity, you know, like infinite amount of time.
Yeah, you just play it for days.
But, like, I hate that answer because that usually means that there's some kind of reoccurring bullshit quest that you, like a fetch quest you can do all like forever. If
you want, yeah, you can go bring these flowers to that girl.
Yeah,
over and over again.
So I don't like that answer, but we'll see what happens. I have a feeling we could probably sink like 200 hours into this game if we wanted to.
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be that big.
It does seem like it's going to be big. I mean, they've been working on it for, 10 years?
It better be that big.
Yeah, it better be awesome. And I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Battlefield 1 got some gameplay trailers out. This is the World War I version.
Yeah, I actually watched them. They look cool.
Yeah, it does look fun. I'm not going to buy it day one, but if it gets decent reviews, and I'm going to watch some Twitch feeds of it.
Yeah, I want to see what the multiplayer is all about.
Yeah, but I'm sure it will be
Snoop
fun.
Dogg was on stage smoking blunts.
Was he?
Yeah,
for Battlefield?
Yeah, they were playing Battlefield. They had a bunch of like celebrities, and he was one of them. And he was just smoking a blunt. It was the best.
Dude, that's like when I went to see Tom Petty. He was up on stage smoking.
Yeah, everyone just smokes anymore. It doesn't matter.
After the song, he just take like a 5-second break because smoke a joint.
Yes.
Where's Petty? Smoking
a joint.
So Battlefield 1. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm going through my list.
Yeah, what about Call of Duty? Did you watch anything on that?
I did.
Do you like how they tried to sneak it in there? Like they didn't tell you it was Call of Duty till the end.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, this looks pretty good. And then they're like, Call of Duty. And it was just like, boo.
Well, I'll give them this. The space combat looks cool.
It did look cool.
That looks cool. But the trailer they released, it was terrible.
Yeah.
The first one. Like, it looked so bad. And I would say that the new gameplay trailer for outer space and stuff definitely looked better.
It did look cool. They were like shooting around space
and have a grappling hook, and like you can like bust someone's mask and they'll
it looked
they'll
cool.
Die. It does. They asked them, like, there's like a flying section.
Yeah.
And they asked them, is this going to be scripted or is this going to be more like open, playground? You can go wherever you want. They said that you could go wherever you want, but there's a lot of speculation that that's not going to be true. And I think Call of Duty's always been scripted.
Yeah.
And campaign. Like, that's what they do. They do cool scripted campaigns.
That is their niche.
Yeah. So I don't know about that. We'll see. And a big thing about that, too, is the VR.
Yeah.
Like, they want to have virtual reality for this game, which makes sense because it's a first-person shooter. I'm not very excited about how much VR is getting publicity during this E3.
No, and the price point was really, really high.
Yeah. So
we'll talk about that with Resident Evil.
Well, that's on PlayStation. We got a price tag for it for PlayStation. So we'll get to that. But overall, I'm kind of...
It was pushed.
Yeah, it really was. It was like, oh, this is also in VR. Like, by the way, like 95% of your fan base doesn't have VR.
And they're not going to buy one.
Yeah, because it's like...
Like, you're talking a $400 investment plus a $400 console.
Well, it's like if you're going to release Scorpio and you want people to buy it, that's probably going to be $500 or $400.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy VR on top of that.
No.
So that's a struggle. All right, we'll get to that though.
Yeah.
New Outlast was showcased. Did you play the first one?
No, what's Outlast?
It's like the scary. The first one, you were like in an asylum and you only had a camera. You didn't have a weapon.
Oh, I heard that was terrible.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I pooped my pants playing it. I didn't really play it too long because if I'm not playing a scary game like that with someone else, it's just not fun.
Yeah.
Like, I love playing with other people. So I didn't really play it much. But it was like free 1 month and I tried it. And it was okay. I hate that defenseless feeling, and I know that's the point.
Yeah.
But I don't like that. Like, I'm not one to run away.
No.
Like, if I'm going to fight you, I'm going to fight you until I die.
Yeah, I like horror games where I can just jack the monster with a pipe or something.
Yeah. Or, like, at least, like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
Or at least, like, strategically, like, I get, like, 5 rounds of ammunition. I got to, like, use it, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Some sort of weapon.
Okay. So that's out. It had a pretty cool gameplay trailer, like in a cornfield. It was kind of cool. It looks scary.
Yeah.
So if you're into that, you might like it. If you like the first one, I'm sure you would. Deliver Us the Moon.
No idea what that is.
I didn't see much on this, but I didn't watch much on it through E3, but I saw a couple little like gameplay snippets. It looks neat. Like you're a spaceman running around like the moon and spaceships and stuff.
Huh?
I don't know if it's a horror or if it's just like a survival, but it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks pretty. So I would definitely try that out if I...
It sounds like The Martian.
Dude, Matt Damon should be in it.
Yeah. If you played as Matt Damon, then maybe I'd get it.
I'd buy an Xbox just for that.
Yeah.
All right, we're going through the list here. It's just a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff, and most of it isn't worth talking about.
There's a game called... We Happy Few. Did you see anything?
No, I didn't see that one.
It looks really weird. It looks very reminiscent of BioShock, so it got me interested.
Yeah, that's always a good sign.
But it has that kind of like what age period would you say? 50s, 60s?
Yeah.
It has that kind of thing. Everyone wears
40s. I'm going 40s.
40s. Okay. Where's that like weird makeup and like weird clothing from that era and like flappers and stuff. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I've not heard of this one.
Tekken 7
was
announced.
I'm all about some Tekken.
Which, what, they get Akuma?
Yeah, they do get Akuma, which just makes sense.
It does. Street Fighter 5 comes out, let's put Akuma in Tekken.
Yeah, I know. They desperately, like, Akuma fans really want him in Street Fighter.
It's actually hilarious.
Yeah, it's almost like a shot at Street Fighter fans. You want Akuma? Guess what? He's in Tekken.
You got to buy an Xbox. Xbox now.
Yeah.
Street Fighter's not on Xbox.
No, it's not.
So
it's on PC and
that's true.
Yeah.
But that's funny, man.
That is hilarious.
That is some bullshit.
Yeah, like Tekken is so good, but I've played too much of it in my lifetime that like I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it just doesn't really interest me.
No, Tekken is sweet, but it's just
I'd rather play Street Fighter.
Yes, that's where I'm at this point in my life. Like, there was like a couple of years there where I just played Tekken so much that like I got to a point where it's like I felt like I couldn't possibly be better, and everyone just hated me because I was so good at it. So I was just like, I'm gonna stop playing Tekken because like I'm losing friends. People want to fight me. Like it got bad. It's just like I'm done playing Tekken.
Okay, it looks good. I mean, it's a Tekken game.
Yeah, it's a Tekken
So
game.
if you're into fighting, it's probably definitely worth picking up.
Do you know Tekken is the best-selling fighter of all time?
Yes, I saw that.
That is wild.
It's crazy, but I think it's the most accessible.
Yeah, it really is. It's a good if you want to slam buttons.
Yeah, like
probably do some.
Like honestly, if I popped in Tekken and played, like my girlfriend who never played fighting games, she could probably give me a run for my money just by hitting buttons.
Oh yeah, probably.
You know, there's that like weird like. If you're new or if you're an expert, it's like, I don't know. It's like this weird, but like if you're like a mid-average player, you're probably going to get your ass whooped from either of them.
Yeah. Like you can get stomped by a noob just hitting kicks with Eddie Gorda.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whoever.
So,
but it is fun.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Okay. Now we're getting to the best one.
Yes.
Dead Rising 4 was announced, as we anticipated.
Yes, and I'm going to go on record here. It doesn't look like the best game of E3, but it was the best trailer.
Oh, dude,
that trailer was so good.
Good. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
It made me so
it's
happy.
Worth your time. It's so funny.
It's like 2 minutes of greatness.
It's like if Frank West is back, as we thought.
Yeah.
So, he's in I read up on it. He's in a mall and in a city.
Okay.
They said it's like 60% mall, 40% city.
It's good. It's good.
It's a good ratio.
It's a good ratio.
They also said there's no time limit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which a lot of people, they said that like there's a lot of people got frustrated with that because they didn't want to play again. They wanted to save people and they never want to play again. That was their biggest complaint. And that was that was for me. I played it like 3 times, never could save everyone, and I got frustrated and stopped playing.
Yeah.
But they said...
And the best thing about those games, too, is when you just stopped, like, you just started ignoring the missions and doing whatever you wanted.
Yeah, and this kind of plays to that. Like, you can go explore, and they say it's definitely worth it. You'll find a lot of cool stuff, and you can do combos with your weapons. Like, it says it's out of control with that.
And he has, like, it looked like he had some sort of power suit.
Yeah, you get the power suit.
He, like, rips that, like, sign out of the ground, just hits zombies with it.
The guy said that the power suit combos with things just like a weapon.
Oh, okay.
Like, you can combo the suit like it's a weapon. It's not just like you pick up heavier stuff. I guess it's like a whole entire, like, combo, like another combo tree opens up just for having the suit.
That's sweet.
Yeah. You get a dinosaur head, you can breathe fire.
I know. This trailer was so great.
It's so funny.
He's just like sitting there, like takes the selfie and like smiles, and then he just lights the tree on fire. He's like, what did he tweet? Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
It's so good. It was a great, you could take selfies in it and like pose with Frank, like make funny faces. I'm guessing you could probably post them to Twitter if you want.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
This is your best game.
Yeah, this is definitely the one I'm most excited about. There's a co-op.
Oh no.
And that is the timed. So that's where the timing comes in, where you'll be like trying to save people with your friends.
That sounds fantastic. Actually.
That's what he said. He said that one of the designers was there getting an interview, and he said the timing aspect of it can be fun, but it's not that fun when you're alone because you want to explore and like do your own thing because you're by yourself. But if you have a game plan with a team member, that time limit actually becomes a lot more fun.
Yeah, and it's intense.
Yeah, so he said that's why they put it in that part of the game, which I completely agree with and I think would be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
They said it's also completely non-scripted. So like they have like survivors, they have like police officers and like army, and then they have jerk survivors, they call them, where like they just run around like it's basically like a person who doesn't care about the world and just goes around killing zombies for fun.
Yes.
Like, yes, it's the zombie apocalypse, let's kill things. And they're just like crazy.
Remember these guys? They had those in the first one. They were in like that courtyard in that truck.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the worst part of that game.
Yeah, so it's something like, I guess it's going to be something like that. But like every time you play the game, there's going to be these category of people, but they're always going to be somewhere else. So if you restart, it'll be in a different section of the game and stuff.
Well, this all sounds great.
Yeah, I literally couldn't find one thing that I didn't like about this because I thought the time was going to be in it, and I'm like, got rid of it.
Got rid of it.
Added a power suit.
Gotta love that.
Changed. I mean, obviously it's not a remake because of all this, what they said.
Yeah, it does not look like a remake.
The mall might be the same, but I'm guessing it's going to get revamped and probably bigger.
Oh, it would have to be.
So, and they said the number of zombies on screen is out of control.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
The designer calls it a meat river. And then one of the people interviewing are like, "Can you get a canoe and like ride the meat river?" He's like, "That's a great idea."
Yeah, it's so good to have like a zombie game like this where it's just there's no seriousness to it whatsoever.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great time, and this is definitely the hardest game to swallow, knowing I don't have an Xbox.
Yeah, without a doubt. This is the only game out of their press conference, man, where I was like, "Oh, that sucks."
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even know if it's coming to PC right away. So I don't. It might just be Xbox One exclusive for a while.
Well, that's good for the Xbox because then they have a reason to own it.
Yeah, like Dead Rising 3 looked okay.
Yeah, it didn't look that great.
But it didn't have that Frank West silly, like, this is out of control.
Yeah, it was
fun.
almost dark and serious.
Yeah, it literally looked like a Walking Dead game or something.
Yeah, and that was the same problem with 2, is it was like his daughter was dying, so it just made it like too... I don't know what the word I'm looking for here. Serious? Dreary, like you're trying to have emotional weight to it in a game where I'm duct taping, chainsaws to like canoe paddles.
I know. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, like to have a serious tone underneath it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I got a boxing glove with knives on them.
Yeah,
you can't do it.
But I have to save my sick and dying daughter. Didn't work. This looks like it's gonna work.
Yeah, it looks like a great time.
I love when he was like looking through his videos and it just like stops on that picture and he's on a car and he's just hitting people with sledgehammers.
Oh, another thing that I just realized, there's going to be new zombies.
Really?
So there's going to be like zombies that are your basic zombies.
Your standard zombies.
Standard zombies. And then there's going to be like there's not going to be as many, but there's going to be like smart zombies that like can actually jump and chase you and try to like, what they'll do is they'll try to like throw you into crowds of zombies. So like if you're up on a car shooting zombies, one might jump up behind you and push you into the crowd.
Well, that's cool. That makes it tense.
Yeah, so there will be those like running zombies randomly.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool too. They didn't confirm if they'd have weapons, which I hope they don't.
No, I really hope they don't.
I don't see that happening.
I mean, a melee weapon I wouldn't care, but I don't want to get shot at.
No, but I do think like the army, depending on what happens, maybe they'll shoot at you if you're doing something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So that's in there too. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to see. If anything, I'm going to watch tons of Twitch videos of this because it looks great.
I'm hoping that at some point I'll just be like, maybe I'll win some cash or something. I'll buy an Xbox just for this game.
Yeah, maybe tax return next year.
Yeah, maybe tax return. This is the closest thing they've had to a system seller to me.
Well, and the other thing about this too is the thing that sucks about all this is they're all next year.
Yeah.
Everything worth playing is pretty much all next year. Right before the next E3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Christmas. It's like, I got to wait a whole year for this. Who knows what could happen?
Yeah.
We could fall into a bunch of money because, I mean, obviously Flocka Geeks Gaming Podcast is super famous already.
Yeah, we're getting there.
But who knows?
We'll see.
It just sucks we have to wait this long.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. The next game that has a lot of hype and has been mentioned in comments posted through our videos and stuff, Scalebound.
Which is...
Oh, you don't even know about this.
Yeah.
This is like a big game.
Wait, is this a role playing game?
No, it kind of. I think there's RPG elements to it.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's more of an action game.
Okay.
Basically, you're a dude and you have a dragon, like a pet dragon, and you fly around on him, and you can go around and kill things and nothing.
This is not ringing any specific bells.
Okay. Well, they had co-op gameplay on this. What looked really cool. Basically, you're this dude, okay, and I think you're part dragon.
That's great.
And you have a dragon, like a giant dragon pet.
Maybe it's your child.
It's your dad.
Yeah, you had sex with a dragon, and this is your kid.
It's a Japanese game, so
yeah, I mean that's not too far fetched.
The tone of it definitely reminds me of Bayonetta or Devil May Cry.
Okay. Wait, is this a platinum game?
I think it is.
I think it might be a platinum game.
I think you're right.
So, I mean, that would make me interested.
It is.
It is. That's what I thought.
I thought so too, but I didn't want to talk about it because I'd been wrong. Oh, by the way, we had no time.
Yeah, no. Andrew just got back from vacation.
You're lucky this is occurring.
I'm lazy. I could have easily done this, but I was playing a lot of Overwatch.
It's okay. People usually comment and say we're stupid and this was a platinum game. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's a platinum game. I thought it was. It definitely looks like one because I just said it did.
Yeah, they're making what else? Nier 2. I'm sorry, I don't want to get you sidetracked. Go.
Okay. So they're making the Scalebound. It was a co-op gameplay trailer thing going on. So yeah, you're this dude. You have a dragon, and I guess 3 other people joined in. They all have their dragons and stuff. You could get on your dragon, fly around, and they're fighting this giant monster that came out of the water. and it looked nuts. Like it looked like a lot of fun. And at one point, the dude just jumps off his dragon and like goes demon mode like Dante.
Sweet.
And just runs up to the dragon and just starts beating the shit out of it, melee
is this
style.
Xbox only?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But this is my issue with it.
Okay, shoot.
No one's talked about this, and it's an issue with me with a lot of games like this. And this is why I don't like Devil May Cry 3. Like, it's like not 3, Devil May Cry, the new one.
Yeah.
The character is completely out of place. He is like wearing headphones and has like a leather jacket on. Like he looks like a hipster.
Okay.
You listening to this, you're like, okay, it's probably this like almost medieval kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, medieval.
No. Like it's a completely modern hipster with a dragon.
What?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's Final Fantasy 15 goth band Geeks kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And like at one point he puts his headphones on. He's like, yeah, let's do this. It's like it kind of pumps him up. He's like listening to music.
The headphones make him more powerful.
I don't know what it does, but it's stupid.
It sounds stupid.
And I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? Like everything else about this game looks spectacular.
And then
the main character is doing those like witty, stupid comments.
Oh God! Can you customize them?
I probably,
Okay.
but he's always like I don't think there's gonna be like I look like a knight.
Creation.
Yeah, like it's like
standard douchebaggery.
It's a standard douchebag.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's stupid.
And like the game, like it's I would still buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I'd be real sad every time he talked.
I would just want to kill myself every time he spoke.
And it's so sad because it just brings down, the momentum of the game and how psyched I am. Because every time he talks, I'm like, God, it's a hipster talking. Like he's riding a dragon. This is so cool, but it's so dumb.
Yeah, I want to take a look at this gent.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think it'll be good. I think it'll get great reviews.
Yeah, he looks like he's wearing jeans.
Yeah, like he's
like
completely out of place.
Yeah, with a dragon, that doesn't work.
No, I don't know what you're doing.
I don't get this guy at all. He has like something on his chest.
He is partial dragon though. Like I think he has like a dragon arm or something.
His mother had sex with a dragon.
So he's basically riding his dad into battle.
Yeah, no, that's his dad.
Did it actually say that, or are we just making this
I think
up?
I'm just making that up. I'm just looking at the character.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you agree he does not fit?
No, he doesn't look cool either.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's basically what they did to
the
Dante.
Headphones really bug me.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're dumb.
I don't know who thought that was cool. Like that's like a total 60-year-old Japanese guy going, "Yes, everyone will love this."
Yeah, I mean, headphones are cool in Japan, I guess.
I guess.
So.
The only cool headphones I like are Lucio's from Overwatch.
Yes, exactly, because he's breaking it down.
He is breaking it down. Okay, so it looks good. Hate the main character, but the game itself looks cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, so
maybe I'll watch some stuff on it.
It's definitely worth it. The gameplay trailer was fun. Moving on, Sea of Thieves, Xbox One exclusive.
It's the new Rare game.
Yeah, and
Rare has not made anything good since like Donkey Kong Country and like GoldenEye, maybe people like that.
Well, didn't they make Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah, they were good in the Nintendo 64.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of coming back. They're Ukulele.
What?
You didn't see that?
No, what is that?
It's the chameleon with the bat, but it's a platformer like Banjo-Kazooie. It's like the ex-developers of Rare got together and made a game.
No, I didn't see that.
It actually looks really good.
Cool.
It was announced at E3.
Sweet.
So we might see that, but maybe not anymore.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves. It's a pirate game.
Yeah.
And it's the art style kind of reminds me of Team Fortress, Wind Waker, New Zelda, kind of.
Yeah.
Cel-shaded-ish. But it seems like it'll be tons of fun because it's like kind of an open world RPG, I think, almost MMO style, where you get pirates like your friends and you have to actually sail a ship. You're actually someone's gonna have to steer it. Someone's actually gonna have to put down the reins.
That's just gonna cause fights.
But the thing is, you can pillage and steal ships from other people. You can actually sink other people's boats.
That's sweet.
So they had two teams playing it live, and they were like, first they're like on the island and they're playing around and you can do stuff on there. And then they went out and found a ship and they're like, start sailing. And the guy's like, I can't see because of the sail. So someone up front had to be like, go right, you know. And they're sailing and they come up against another ship of people. And they start duking it out with cannons and jumping aboard and fighting. And then it like goes back and forth between the sinking ship and the winning ship. And you just see the sinking ship, everyone in it, like all the water's coming in and they're like drowning. And they're like, no. And then the other people are like, you know, chanting because they're winning. And it was just really cool to see that dynamic and actually see both sides of everything.
Yeah, it could be good.
And I think it will be a lot of fun. It just depends on how convoluted the mechanics are. Like, if there's just, like, okay, someone needs to steer, someone needs to, like, be in the crow's nest, and someone needs to be, like, arming the cannons. Like, it can't be too in-depth.
No, it can't.
Or else it will be annoying.
It'll just be a clusterfuck.
Yeah. But if it's, like, you know, not too much.
Simple fun.
You know, simple teamwork on a ship, I think it could be cool. Because
yeah.
you could literally, I'm thinking just, like, sail around the world and pillage and raid, like, everything.
Yeah, and it just probably really would make you feel like a pirate, which is sweet.
Yeah. So I think
who
it
doesn't
really
want to
cool.
be a pirate?
Exactly. Ninjas.
I'd rather be a ninja, I think.
Me too.
Yeah. That way I could...
Though I do play a pirate in D&D, and it's damn good fun.
Yeah. I'd always play a ninja.
So, all right. So that looks cool. If you're interested in that, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then finally, we are going to talk real quick. Halo Wars 2.
It's an RTS, and I hate them. So
yeah. So
if you have anything to say,
that was announced.
There you go. You're welcome.
So if you're interested in that, it's there. You can look it up. I didn't look too much into it. I only had so much time.
Yeah, you were on the beach.
No, I was on the porch.
On the porch.
The beach porch.
Beach porch, which is way better than the actual
beach.
But
this is just to inform you what's out there that's coming up if you haven't seen. So if you like that, check it out. Okay, that's the end. Oh, no, it's not the end. Real quick, let's talk about the Scorpio. They announced the new Xbox Scorpio. It's going to be basically the next generation of Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be 4K compatible.
They were talking all kinds of terabytes at me.
Teraflops.
Teraflops.
Watch your
There's
mouth.
6 of them, aren't there?
I tried to look up a teraflop, and someone's probably be like, here, this is what a teraflop is. It's just convoluted bullshit.
Yeah.
I've never heard what a teraflop. I'm an IT guy, and I don't even know what a teraflop is.
But it has 6 of them, so the NX better have 7.
Well, I guess Nintendo NX. Wait, did you just say NX?
Yeah.
I think it says it's going to have 4
Ooh, so there.
teraflops. Anyway, I saw that
It's going to be the new Bit Wars.
I know.
Teraflop War.
So basically...
You're still playing with 4 terabytes?
Teraflops.
Teraflops, sorry. it's how little I care.
So now I lost track.
I'm sorry.
So
I've really derailed you here.
6 teraflops for the Xbox Scorpio. Basically, they went to developers who are doing VR, and they're like, what kind of specs do you need to make a good VR experience on our console? And they said you need 6 teraflops and listed a bunch of other stuff, processing power and all this. And then that's what they built.
Yeah.
So this is what, that's what they're going for with this. We talked about earlier, and I've read up on it. If you don't have a 4K and you're not interested in VR, it's not worth it.
Yeah, Microsoft even said that.
Yeah, they said if you don't have a 4K TV, this isn't going to be anything different.
No, it'll be the same thing as the Xbox One.
I mean, you might get more processing. It might be faster.
But that's going to be negligible.
I mean, yeah, you might load a couple seconds faster and stuff. But overall, you're not going to get your full experience unless you have a 4K TV, which I don't see myself getting in the near future.
No, it's going to be a wow.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with my TV. I don't want to buy another one.
And that's the thing, man. It looks good now. I'm happy. I don't know. Yeah. Are we like too old already for it?
Yeah. I mean, my TV is old, and it's like my games look fine.
I got this TV like a year and a half ago. It's spectacular.
Yeah, your TV is great.
It looks fantastic.
It looks fantastic. Mine's probably 8 years old, and it still looks fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I don't want to get a 4K TV.
Uncharted looked great. I don't feel like if I had a 4K TV, it would have been better.
And so there's that. They also announced the Xbox One Slim.
Yeah.
okay, which is going to be $300, which they're saying it's going to run better than the Xbox One. It's going to be smaller, more compact.
Yeah, it's the thing they all do.
It reminds me of a PS2, like kind of.
That's cool.
Like the size of it, like the original PS2. If it was $250, I would debate. But the thing is, now I'm in this crux, and I told, like last week's show, I was saying, we'll see what Scorpio has, what the price point of it, and what we're going to get from it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're throwing me this slim model for $300, which obviously that's the one I would buy if I'd go Xbox right now.
Yeah.
Because Scorpio's not out. That's a little high for a price point. Because I could get a regular Xbox One cheaper now.
Probably.
Yeah, I think they're going to be like $250.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so there's that. So you're giving me this, but you're saying from soon, maybe like a year, you're going to come out with this huge beast of a console that should I wait for? And then you're saying, well, you need a 4K TV, which that's like $1,000.
Yeah, it's like, how much money do you think I have, Microsoft? Like, do you think everyone is Bill Gates? Like
right now, 4K TV is like $2,000.
Yeah, like I just got $2,000 to throw away on a TV.
And then you're coming out with this.
That's
new
a
console.
down payment on a car.
Yeah. Or the couple months of payments on a car.
Yeah, that's like what we're talking now for a Scorpio, a 4K TV, and their VR. Like we talking $3,000.
Seriously, but we'll buy. Okay, think about it. Okay, a year from now, TVs, even if they're $1,000, the 4Ks.
Yeah,
you're looking at $1,600 just to play an Xbox One beefed to its max.
it's ridiculous.
You could buy a gaming computer at that point that could run VR flawlessly, and play every game on ultra settings for that price point.
And then they actually came out, and the big theme of this thing for Xbox was you can also play it on your Windows 10.
Yeah.
So why do I need to buy all this shit?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why don't I just buy an awesome computer at this point?
And then I can look at porn on it too.
Yeah.
Like
this. And if you're VR, you could VR porn it.
Wow. Maybe I have to invest into the computer here.
See? That's what I mean. Like, I get where they're going, but you can't say, okay, we're making this amazing console, but it only works on this really expensive television.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
It's like, do they know how hard this economy is?
So what do you do? What do you do as us? Okay, I want to play Xbox games. I want to play these games coming out because we do a podcast and we love talking video games.
Yeah.
It's what we do. It's my hobby. Okay, you're telling me there's a slim model, which is $300, but if you wait a year, you can get this really awesome new vamped, the best thing ever, but you need an awesome TV to play it. It's like, I don't know what TVs are going to cost next year.
Yeah, and I don't...
maybe I will have a 4K TV by next year, but maybe I won't.
Yeah, and I doubt I will.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if my TV exploded, God forbid, cross my
forbid.
fingers, because this is like the worst week ever.
Yeah.
Not because of vacation, other things, but... if it did go, I mean, I might invest in a 4K TV at that point, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do it.
Yeah. The problem is, like, 4K is not enough of a leap. It's not like going from standard definition to HD. It's, like, slightly better. Like, they look great, yeah, but how much better are we talking for the price?
Yeah, that's the thing. If it was only... That's the thing. How much better could it possibly be? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have one. I couldn't tell you. And
I mean, we have to wait a while to see if this is like even worth it. But at that point,
I'm interested to see the comebacks of, because they're like, this is Xbox even came out. They said, okay, these were the issues with Xbox One that we got feedback for, so we're making this console for the fans, for the people who play games, because they didn't like what we did before, which is respectable.
Yeah, it's cool they admitted they were wrong.
Yeah, well, it's just fine. That's cool. Props to you. Pat you on the back.
Yeah.
But then you show this awesome system, which I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool. Like, this could be better than the next PlayStation Neo. Like, this could be beefier. This could be better.
Yep.
And then they're like a day after it's announced, like, I had to, I saw, searching through stuff. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't work unless you have a 4K TV. What the fuck?
I know. It's a slap in the face of people who don't have a lot of money.
And it's just like, if anyone can give me a solid, what should we do? Like, should I go buy a Slim?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, should I buy a Slim? Are they even going to be supporting Xbox One next year? Or is it all going to be for this Scorpio?
They're saying they're going to. Like, I think it's going to be one of those, the game will run better on Xbox Scorpio than it does on Xbox One.
Are they though?
But that's what
I don't know.
Neo's saying. That's what Neo's saying.
That's what Neo's saying.
I don't know, dude. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if I can trust this. I don't.
Because I mean, with the last system, all they did was lie to us. So they don't have a great track record.
And if I buy this beefy system and it doesn't do anything different than a $250 Slim, then what's the point?
Yeah. So the question now does become, what do I buy? What do I do?
Because I have $300 right here. Where should I put it? And if you say Slim, the counter arguments, well, Scorpio's coming out. And then if I say, well, Scorpio's coming out, the counter argument is, well, you can get a Slim.
Yeah.
But which one's better?
Which one's better?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. So for right now, Xbox, guess what? I'm not buying anything.
Yeah, exactly. You have not sold me on any of this.
No, not at all.
So what would you rate their press conference?
It was kind of forgettable. Like, I think the Scorpio was the biggest announcement where I'm like, oh, cool. And then the 4K came out and I'm like, eh. Are we going out of 10 or are we giving a letter grade?
Let's do letter grades.
Letter grade. Okay, comparative to everything else, the other conferences.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the big thing. Because this is you're judging it on the other ones as well.
Okay, there's like 3 games that I'm excited for, and now that I'll give it like a C+.
Okay, I'm going C, probably D+.
D+, okay.
Because Dead Rising was there. But like other than that, it was like, I'm going to have to spend how much money?
Yeah.
And what game besides Dead Rising am I playing? Gears? Because I've played Gears before. I guess I've played Dead Rising before, but
it's fun.
Yeah,
it's good.
I think I have more excitement for the Dead Rising, and I would love to play Gears of War. I'm a huge fan of Gears, but I'm not spending that kind of money to play Gears of War.
It's like they definitely were going in the right direction, I feel.
Like if I could pick up an Xbox One now, just like the regular one for $200, I'd probably get it.
You might be able to.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
Refurbished or something.
Yeah, at this point, that's the only thing I will say is that would be my decision, is just get one for like the older model, $200. I can play Dead Rising, I can play Gears, because that's all I care about are the actual games.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about graphics enough to spend that much money.
I just like having the latest and greatest.
Yeah, that's more for you.
But it's still, even like I'm that audience, and I'm not convinced.
Yeah, they didn't convince you.
But I mean, overall, at least they're doing something. They came out with some cool stuff. I'd give it a C-.
Yeah, I'm saying D+.
Did I say C- or C+? C+?
C+. You said C+.
Okay, C+. Sorry.
So yeah,
maybe C-.
Yeah, the only reason I'm even giving them a D+ is because of Dead Rising.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so the next section will be on Sony.
So Sony.
Okay, so after much debate, we've decided to start with a thing.
Yeah, where Sony started.
We'll start where Sony started. And they announced God of War 4. How excited were you when God of War 4 showed up?
I was pretty pumped when he came out of the shadows all bearded.
I know, he looked awesome.
Bearded Kratos, way better than regular Kratos.
He is. He just, I was like, yes, this looks great.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then it looked like, I guess, Last of Us or Uncharted with role-playing elements. And then you know what else this looks like? You know, it feels almost like The Witcher.
And Resident Evil 4.
And Resident Evil 4. This did not look like an action game. It looked like a role-playing game. I did not like this at all, to be honest.
What are you doing?
What happened?
We're going to get so much flack for this, because you know everyone's like, fucking Geeks, God of War 4. They're going to be like, yeah.
It looks so good. No, it did not.
It looks good.
The graphics are amazing.
And, like, it looks fine.
I was wondering if you were going to be on the same page with me on this one, because this just looks like shit.
Okay, let's go through this real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. What's cool? It's God of War 4. What's even cooler? It's Norse mythology.
Yes.
What's even cooler than that? Kratos has a beard.
Bearded Kratos.
Okay. That's pretty much it.
That's it. That's all they did. Let's
talk about the negatives. All right. Okay, we bitch. we bitch a lot about games.
Yeah, we
and
do.
it has come to our attention that everyone's like, you bitch a lot about games because we love them.
We do. It's our passion.
We're like the dad.
Yeah.
We're not the mom who gives you love and support. We're the dad that gives you discipline and fix it.
We don't have to settle for this, people.
Yeah, this isn't like stop it. You don't have to eat the food you're handed.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, this is my number one issue. There's a kid in this fucking game.
That's a big fucking problem.
This is the number one. I don't want to play this fucking game because, and I'm using the F word here, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm mad.
I am pissed about this.
Okay, we had Ellie. Let it go.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Ellie,
Last of Us did it.
You're not pulling off what Naughty Dog pulled off.
No. And it's the most obvious, like, banking on this, like, child thing. Like, I want a God of War where I'm not sympathetically, like, driven to do something. Like,
No.
I want to do it on rage. I want to be gory. I want it to be action-packed.
I want to be pissed off.
I want to be pissed the whole fucking game. Like, I'm coming for you, Zeus,
Yeah.
and I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
That's what made it great.
Like, I'm going to go kill a fucking god.
And
then I do it.
And the thing about Ellie was, she was a great character. She was older. She was like 14.
Yeah.
But she was like a smart ass. She was cocky. She was a great, like, she killed people. She was tough. This dude is a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, like total whiny bitch. Looks like an awful character design, stupid ass haircut. Like, I don't like, this is going to be the worst thing that could happen to this series. Like, if you could be like, what's the worst thing you could do in a God of War game? I'd say make it like put a fucking kid in the mid game.
Yeah, put a kid in there and make the combat look like fucking like The Witcher, like a standard behind the back.
Yeah, it's behind the shoulder now.
Yeah.
I wonder where you got that from. How about every other fucking game being made right now?
Yeah. And you know what the combat looked like? You just mash attack.
Yeah.
It didn't look like there were combos. It didn't look like he was like knocking people up into the air. It had quick time events.
Oh, of course.
But that was about it. That was the only thing about it that like looked God of War.
Yeah.
And I mean, the one part I liked about it was when he did release the Spartan Rage, he just ran up and grabbed him and smashed him. Like, yes, that's what I wanted to see. But the rest of it, garbage.
Okay, and this is Norse. Why is he Spartan raging?
I don't know.
So I'm interested to see where this goes.
Yeah. And then there's a dragon.
Yeah, that's whatever.
Yeah, okay.
There could be a dragon
It's fine.
in a God of War. Like, I'm okay with that.
That's not one of your issues.
No, not at all. Not
No.
like the blatant obvious other issues. That this is going to be an awful escort mission game.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, oh, it's so like. Watching people's reactions to this, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you need to say something. Like, the guy who was giving the press conference, like, afterwards talking about the gameplay was the biggest douchebag I've ever heard.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's going to be like a sympathetic, like, father and child game. I'm like, are you talking about God of War?
Yeah. Is this God of War or is this something else?
Is this like, is this for schmucks?
Yeah, like, I'm fine with changing something, but don't go, like, in a worse direction.
This made this a completely different game.
No, this isn't God of War. This looks like a role-playing game. And the other thing is, did you notice the kid was the one getting experience when he did stuff?
No, like, I didn't even
Yeah.
I literally couldn't see past the blatant issues that I couldn't see that. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so it's like the kid leveling up. Are we playing as the kid?
I don't know.
Like, is that what that implies? Like,
But you're obviously playing as Kratos in this trailer gameplay thing.
yeah.
Like, it's behind his shoulder, which, first of all, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, like, it's
This needs to be a beat 'em up like the game was. Like, we don't have those anymore.
No, that's like, I was so excited about this because I wanted another like action game scripted. This looks fucking open world. It looks like an RPG, and it looks like a Last of Us ripoff.
It looks like it is a complete blatant Last of Us ripoff. I'm tired of it. You know what, Naughty Dog? Screw you
For being so great.
for making that one game that everyone needs to make again.
Yeah, because not everyone is Naughty Dog.
I know. That's their thing. Let them have it.
Yeah.
They're not, like, getting in your way.
I feel like this is going to be a massive open world.
Yep. Which is, okay, complete negative already.
Yeah, huge negative. I feel like we're just going to hit X or square, and we're just going to hit until the button appears, and then we're going to hit circle.
Yeah.
And the combat doesn't look like I'm knocking people up in the air to air juggle them, then ripping their heads off. Like, this looks like...
It looks like super slow.
It looks so slow.
Yeah.
It doesn't look intense.
No.
Like, he throws that axe at the guy, which was pretty cool, and then he's just punching the dude. It's like, what button am I hitting here? I'm not doing a combo.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't an action game anymore.
Yeah.
Like, God of War is an action game.
Yeah.
So,
I just, like, literally, I can't get past the fact that Kratos is, like, the Kratos we know and love would have just thrown that kid off a cliff.
absolutely he would have.
Like, shoot the deer. No? Okay, rip his head off. Like, I get it. It's his kid. Whatever. You shouldn't have brought that up in general. That's, like, the first thing.
That's the big mistake.
The second thing is, Kratos... That's not his character.
No. Like,
his family fucking died, and that's why he's nuts.
Yeah, he's just nuts. He's a goddamn maniac. He's like, he doesn't care that he destroyed the entire world just to kill Zeus. Like, he didn't care.
That's the point.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to make him like a goody guy, like disciplined hard, but has that sympathy. Like at the end, he like was about to touch the kid's shoulder, but he doesn't.
Yeah, it's like, he looks like a terrible father. Like, the kid...
He is a terrible father.
He should be. But the kid shoots him, and he just rips the arrow out, and he's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, he should have at least hit him.
Bitch slapped him.
Yeah, just smacked him right in the face. Like, what... this... I could not have been more sad about this.
What are you doing? And honestly, I don't care what anyone else says.
No.
Like, you can sit here...
Because we're going to be in a minority.
You can sit here and comment and say, oh, it looks great. Just like it for what it is. No.
No.
Like, this is the one game series that I've played every single one, loved every single one, and, like, it's its own thing. Like, you can't touch God of War. It's its own game. It's its own niche. Like, that's how it plays. That's how they've all played, and that's what I was looking forward to. And now it's just becoming every other game.
Yeah, it looks exactly like every other RPG out there, but we're gonna throw the escort the kid Last of Us bullshit in it.
Yeah, like that's the ugh. And the kid looks dumb. Like the kid doesn't even look like it'll be a good time.
Like, oh, you're not you're not gonna make another character as great as Ellie. Like, stop trying.
And there's a reason, and we didn't talk about this before. We're like, okay, we're gonna wait for our God of War, impressions for the show. So this is the first time me and Kester even realized we hated it.
Yeah.
So obviously there's something wrong. Like, if we both are like, hey, this is not God of War.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Because like, I just watched that trailer and I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, is this God of War, or is this another fucking open world RPG?
Like, this is what should have happened. I'll give you what they should have done.
Yeah.
They should have opened with a kid. It's just a kid. It's just some kid.
Just some random
And
kid.
he goes into the barn, and Kratos is just there.
Yeah.
And he's like, he says something cool. And then he just walks out and just fucking fights a minotaur. Or, like, whatever is North mythology.
A troll.
Yeah. He just beats the shit out of a troll and saves the kid and just leaves. Like, it's not his kid. It's nothing to do with it. He just saves some kid in a barn.
Yeah.
And then goes off and kills, like, gods. Like, that's what should have happened, and that's what I was expecting. I'm like, oh my god, he has a fucking beard. Like, he looks great.
It looked so promising, and then the gameplay started, and I'm like, wait a minute. And like, my first light went on whenever I was like, I'm just following this kid. Like, that's not good. Mm-hmm. And then the second one went on with like the guys came out. I'm like, all right, here we go. And the combat just looked boring.
Yeah.
It looked so bad.
It looked cool. Like,
it looked good.
But, like, how scripted is it? That's one of those we have to play to find out what he's doing there.
Yeah. But it looks like you're just, like, it looks like even the Last of Us combat. I'll bash you good. Like, you're just hitting square.
And if you're by a wall, you'll put him against the wall and do it.
Yeah, it's almost like we're going to turn God of War into a Naughty Dog game.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like if Naughty Dog took God of War license, it was like, we're going to make a game.
Yeah.
And we're going to make it. And that's the thing. If you gave this to Naughty Dog, they would not have made this game.
No, they
would not have made it Last of Us.
No, they wouldn't have. They would have made it a God of War.
Yeah, they would have. Definitely. More action. The thing I'll say about it is I'm glad the Blades of Chaos aren't in it. Because, if anything, just so that they live in,
Yeah, in the glory days.
Yeah, so they stay there. The thing I do like, I like the fact he had an axe as opposed to anything, because that's very Norse for me, I just feel.
And I liked how he could, like, call it back.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I really liked
when Thor's hammer.
Yeah, when he threw it against the enemy, it stuck in him, which was cool. And then he called it back, and then the body, was dead. So I did like that aspect of it. But it's like, how is that going to influence gameplay, like fighting the troll or the ogre, whatever he's fighting? Because if you notice during the fight scene, he throws it at him, and then you run at him, and then you call it back in midair. So, like, how's that work? I don't know.
And the whole thing, like, he was dodging attacks by rolling. It just looked so slow.
Yeah, it did.
It just looked like...
Even the person playing, it just, like, they rolled, like... They had to roll way too soon. Like, way... they're just like, okay, gotta roll. And then the attack happened, because otherwise it wouldn't have worked.
And I want to be clear about the fact that, like, this thing actually looked like a decent game, but this is God of War.
Yeah, this is not what God of War is or should be.
No, absolutely
If this was a new IP, I'd be like, this game looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks great.
Why are they do this all the time? They make these games that just should be different IPs.
Yeah, you just threw Kratos in it and called it God of War.
Yeah, like you should have just made that team of developers should have just made a new game that had nothing to do with God of War and just made it Norse and its own thing. But no, you brought Kratos into this, you're getting bitched.
Yeah,
bitched at for it.
And it could very well turn out to be a great game.
It's still a God of War we wish we had.
Yeah, it's not what we wanted. So, okay.
So I can't wait to hear what you guys think, because you're probably gonna love it. If you don't, like, honestly, if you're like, hey, I don't think it looks good either, just tell us. Don't be scared.
Yeah,
we're talking to millions of people here.
Yeah, we're not afraid to tell you that it looks nothing like a God of War.
We'll defend it till the end. I mean, that's our first impression. If it comes back and it's not like this was just like a complete.
Yeah,
this is new. You know what I mean?
Because it is so early, we don't know that much. But first impression is awful.
Yeah, Kratos looks awesome. I like the axe. That's it.
Kratos with a beard.
And it's okay that you have a dragon in the game. I'm okay with that.
I'm not that great. Not that fond of that idea.
See, I'm fine with it. I mean, I'd take a dragon on with Kratos. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, what else? What do you want to talk about now? So it wasn't a great start. It was very exciting, and then, like, real quick.
I'm going to go with the pleasant surprise as the new Spider-Man game looks awesome.
Okay. We haven't talked about this either. What do you envision it being like? What are you excited about for it?
Just because it's Insomniac and the trailer looked great. Mm-hmm. I think the web swinging looked good, and there's that one part where he's in like that diner and he just like jumps on the table and he jumps through the window and smashes out. Mm-hmm. It's like if they put me in control of doing that kind of stuff, if it wasn't just scripted, it looks like a lot of fun.
Like if you're kind of fighting and then you jump into a diner and you like go through it real quick to get away or to like catch up with enemies.
Yeah, kind of like if it was almost like an Assassin's Creed type of running, but you were like web swinging and doing Spider-Man stuff. Mm-hmm. That could be a lot of fun.
Like there's certain areas where you can
really
get through buildings.
The white suit.
Okay, I was gonna say that's my biggest issue with it. I don't. What are they doing?
Yeah, why are you changing Spider-Man?
I'm sure that there's a comic out there about that suit.
Yeah,
it's dumb. It's stupid.
It's stupid.
It's silly. It doesn't. It like the whole thing. You're just like it stands out so much.
I just like wherever watching that trailer and I'm like, well, this looks like the worst Spider-Man suit I've ever seen, but the game looks kind of fun. And then Insomniac pops up and you're like, oh shit, it's an Insomniac game.
The other thing too, it looks like they're going back to like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
like that's the best Spider-Man game.
It looks like Grand Theft Spider-Man,
and that's all you want.
Yeah,
it's like if you want like this is exactly the type of game that should be open world.
Yeah,
it's a Spider-Man game.
Exactly, I'm all for that.
Free reigns in New York and do whatever the hell I want and swing around, and that's what I want in a Spider-Man game. So they hit that out of the park. Suit looks dumb. We're also gonna get flack of people saying just like it for what it is. I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say
eat it. And that suit looks stupid. Yeah. You're not going to convince me that suit is cool.
No.
It looked bad.
There'll be like secret costumes. You probably get the black suit. You'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. I want to be symbiote Spider-Man. That'd be great.
Yeah.
They should just make it. Okay, we're done. It looks cool. I'm excited. I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see more gameplay of it, but it's very promising.
Yeah, it looks great.
And it was a cool release there. Good job. Yeah. That was nice. So what's next?
Let's go Last Guardian.
Okay. I mean, there's not much more to say other than it looks great.
It looks. I just wanted to say it's October 25th. That's the most important thing. It is coming.
There's a release date. It's
coming.
In sight.
It's coming, people, and it looks great.
Yeah, it really does.
That's about all I have to say on it. I just wanted to point out it has a release date. Like, that's the most exciting thing about it. Is it has a release date.
And I mean, I don't think it's anything like going to go wrong with it. Like, I think they've had it in development so long.
Yeah, and the trailer they showed looked awesome. There's multiple giant creatures out there, and it looks adorable, does it not?
It does.
It does.
And the thing is, a lot of people were talking about it. The character looks kind of out of place in this world. And I can see where they're going with this. But there is speculation that this character isn't even part of this world.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It's like he came from a different world, so it might make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to judge it on that. I think it's a lot of other people are saying, because if you watch the character movement, it looks awkward.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they realize it's all based on like gravity.
Yeah.
Like
with those games, yeah.
Like he is like everything he does isn't scripted. Like there's no walking animation scripted. It's like based on what's going on in the environment.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
So if he's like running up the stairs, depending on which way, his body's always going to be different. So it might look funky at some times, but other times it'll look awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he's almost always a complete ragdoll in a sense.
And I like how young he looks.
Yeah.
Because that harkens back to Ico, where the main character was like 14.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And it's going to... If you're talking about a great character dynamic... And, like, you know, I'm going to feel emotionally attached to characters. Like, I don't want that for God of War. I want that for Last Guardian.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, reserve that for those type of games, and it's going to be perfect.
I want rage in my God of War.
Yeah, like, I want mysterious and, like, you know, because, I mean, God forbid that thing dies.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And you know it's coming.
One of them's going to die.
Yeah. And if you haven't beaten Shadow of the Colossus...
I have not.
Okay, well, you know where I'm going with that.
I don't want it ruined.
You've seen it. You got to the last guy, right?
Nah, I don't know.
I thought you said you got to the last Colossus.
No, I've killed the one before it, but I never got to the last one.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I want to keep not knowing.
I'm just going to say, you know, obviously with all those games, there's always an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I'm very much looking forward to this.
I think it was like that, too.
And I'm going to probably shed a tear at The Last Guardian.
Probably.
And I can't wait to cry. Okay. So that looks great. We got a release date for that, so that was good.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
That's really good.
We got the release date.
What's the release date again?
October 25th, I think.
Okay, there we go.
So Halloween and some Last Guardian.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I'll be doing it while I'm wearing my clown mask.
Yes. Handing out candy to the kids.
Playing Last Guardian.
Last Guardian.
Okay, so what's next?
Let's do Death Stranding.
Okay, I knew it was coming. I got it ready.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is Kojima's new game.
Shockingly
enough.
Like, if you watch this, you'll be like, oh, that's Kojima.
Yeah, I knew it was the first. Okay, so, like, the opening sequence is... It's like a short mini film just to, like, announce the game.
Yeah.
There's no gameplay at all.
No, you are not going to know what this game is about.
No, we're speculating a little bit. We're going to talk on that. So it opens up with, like, dead crabs on the beach.
Yeah, and a naked man.
Naked man. And then who's the naked man? But it's Norman Reedus.
Yes.
From who was supposed to be in Silent Hills. If you played the PT trailer at the end, he like appears and it's him from Walking Dead, Daryl. And everyone's like, yeah, you know, they teamed up. And then PT, Silent Hills obviously got canceled because of the Konami shit. And so he's back. And I guess Kojima really liked him and wanted him back in the game. So he's the naked man in the trailer.
Yes, he is very naked.
He's handcuffed?
No, he has handcuffs on. They're like futuristic looking, like they have laser. They're like laser handcuffs.
And then there's like handprints in the beach ground.
Yeah, and then a baby.
So there's like invisible handprints and footprints like walking around him, and then there's a baby.
Yeah.
And then he picks up the baby and he's crying over. They're both naked and he's crying over a baby.
He's crying with the baby.
And then the baby disappears.
Yeah.
And then he's
still
naked.
He stands up.
And then he has a necklace of what looks like USB thumb drives around his neck.
And his stomach looks like it was cut open.
Yeah, like he got
Is this implying that he had the baby?
That's I thought that too.
I feel like
I was trying to pretend I didn't think that.
Yeah,
that's
so dumb.
What is that?
Yeah, what is this? This is Junior.
I'm all human.
Yes, I'm a woman.
But anyway, baby disappears. There's that cut in him. He's still naked.
Yeah, he's
on the beach,
naked the whole time.
And then then he stands up and there's dead fish.
So many dead fish.
All on the beach. And there's a circle of where he's at where there's no dead fish. And then he looks up at the sky and
there's 5 people floating
it's
there.
Silhouettes of 5 things. And they do look like people. They have I don't know, maybe they're robots, whatever.
Who knows?
But they're all staring at him and then they fade away. And then the title of the game comes up.
Yeah. And I want to say that I liked this trailer because it is the most nonsense I've ever seen.
It really is.
It is the greatest.
Really, and
because you're just the whole time you're just going, what?
It was
what is happening?
It was a minute of convoluted bullshit.
Yeah, it's so Kojima.
It is. You thought Metal Gear Solid was weird. Get ready for this.
Yeah, this is weirdness on a whole new level.
This is almost this is what happens when you unleash Kojima and let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah, you careful what you ask for.
It's looking back now, maybe Konami was right.
Yeah,
you need to tone this down.
Yeah, you got to tone this guy down.
Snake's going to be naked on the beach with crabs and fish. No.
No, we're not going to do that, Kojima.
So I have no idea. So Norman Reedus is in this game.
Mm-hmm.
He's back from PT, like we said. Now you're thinking that it is going to be tied with Silent Hills.
I think it is, yes.
Okay.
I think it's the same game. I think that his concept was probably this crazy. There was a lot of baby crying in the
That's a good point.
In the PT, there's a baby crying here. It's Norman Reed. I feel like this is the same idea.
Okay, I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
I see where you're going with that because the baby, that's good indication. Same character, at least actor.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, would you say PT even had anything to do with this then? Because it was obviously in a modern day apartment or house.
See, but this is so crazy.
Yeah.
That it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But I'm just going off the imagery of the baby, the fact that he's in it, and I just feel why would he keep the character if it wasn't the same game?
Well, this is the other question. Well, my answer to that is that he liked him so much, and Norman Reedus was on board with being in a game that Kojima's okay, well, I got fired. Let's work on this one. And Norman Reedus, would you turn down it? Yeah, I wouldn't.
No,
I'll be in your game.
I'll be in your game, yeah.
I think Norman Reedus was really excited. He seems like a cool guy when it comes to video games and stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's legitimately excited to be in these games, so he'll be in them. And, Kojima asks you, you say yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that.
And it also looks like it has horror elements there, dead fish, mysterious people in the sky,
Yeah, but
it has a really dark tone, I feel.
It's very, very, yeah. It's dreary. It's sad. I don't know. I could see it going both ways. I personally don't feel like it is, strictly because
it's so different.
It's so different. There's no real how could this be Silent Hill? I don't know.
It could be if you're Kojima.
True. It could be whatever you want.
Because he's a goddamn madman, and this proved it.
This is the only thing. Okay, if we're going off PT, if PT was anything like what it was supposed to be, if that was just a playable trailer, this is what we're going for, this is what we're capable of, but it has nothing to do with the game.
Yeah.
Then I agree with your statement. But if that PT trailer actually had something to do with the game, I don't think this is Silent Hills.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. It'll probably come out in the next couple of days or months, like
of what's going on.
With this.
I mean, it might be his just scrapping Silent Hills. I want to make a horror game with Norman Reedus, and this is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
It might not have anything to do with Silent Hills, but it might be a horror game.
Yeah, it could be the Silent Hills idea. I just think that he's crazy enough that this could be in the imagery of the baby. I don't know. I feel like
the baby is the tie-in.
That's the tie-in, man.
I agree with you there. And Norman Reedus.
So I guess I'm basing it off that.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing else to go on.
No, there's no. But
God forbid.
This was a great trailer because it's just like, I want to play this. I want to know what's happening here.
Yeah. If I showed this to my dad, he would say, "What the fuck happened to Mario?" Like, where has video games come to? Like, how can you? It's so weird.
Yeah, it was funny because we watched it. Like, I watched it with a bunch of people at work, and they were like, don't know who Kojima was, and they're just like, "What is this? What are you watching?"
Yeah, it's completely maddening because you don't know what the hell is going on. I can't see a video game coming from this.
I can because it's Kojima.
Like, I can't. Like, what are you gonna? How are you gonna play this game? Like, is it stealth? Is it action? Is it horror? Is it just like? It's probably just a fucking movie.
Yeah, it probably is.
Because knowing him.
Yeah, just like Kojima make movies at this point.
Yeah, seriously. But I have no clue. It's that watch it. Just watch it.
It's great.
It's even weirder than we're talking.
Yeah, it's the weirdest. It is honestly one of the weirdest things I've ever watched.
Yeah, it made me very uncomfortable, and I don't want to watch it.
I didn't like anything about it.
But I'm interested.
Yeah, but man, am I interested. I want to know why are we on a beach? Why are we naked? Why is there a baby?
I don't know. Yeah.
Did I cut it? Did it come from me? Why are there people in the sky? What happened to all the fish? Like, so many questions. So if he wanted to get me interested, well done, sir.
Yeah. So we don't know what happened there. We don't. I can't even say if that was a good or bad thing. We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on from that. What do you want to talk about?
Do you want to do Resident Evil now?
No. Let's save that for last.
That's for last.
Okay.
Well, what else
we'll
we
do Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
That was my most anticipated last year. For PlayStation, it probably still is.
Mm-hmm.
After the press conference, it looks fantastic.
It looked really good.
Like, it looks like tons of fun. It stuck true to it's going to be like, an open world. You're a chick with a bow.
Did
RPG.
you know all the stuff they showed? None of it was from the actual story. Like, that was just all side quests.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they specifically did that. And it's just like people run up to you, ask you for quests. I mean, it's an open world RPG, but it has such a cool aesthetic and different,
And I really like this scanning stuff to find weaknesses.
Yeah, that's really
cool.
cool.
To shoot them.
I feel like there's going to be a ton of different bow components to level up and change, and different ways to fight things. I mean, they showed off like 3 different ways on one battle, and there's a huge wheel of different things you could do.
Yeah.
So it looks very promising. You can tame like wild wild like machine elk and ride them. Like it just looks really neat. And I am sick of open world games. I really am. But this one, for whatever reason, just feels very refreshing, and it'll actually be very fun.
It kind of looks a lot like Monster Hunter.
In a way, yeah. It kind of does mix that, because you come up against those giant beasts.
And you kill them and you make components to get better weapons.
And it's just not as instanced. It's an open world Monster Hunter, futuristic style, which is cool.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, and I love that it's a chick. I love that she has a bow. And
There is nothing to not like about this game.
And I'm genuinely interested to see how this world was formed. Why are these machines running rampant? You know what I mean?
Because it looked like it also had real animals on top of the dinosaur robots.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if there is or not, but there might be.
I could have sworn I saw one while I was watching.
But maybe it was a machine.
Maybe.
But that's what I mean. It's like a post-apocalyptic post. They said it was like the step after a post-apocalyptic. It's like the world rejuvenated, but there's still remnants of it.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
So, yeah, just lots of gameplay. That's all we're going to really say. If you are interested, which you should be.
Yeah, you definitely should be.
Check out the gameplay. It's really, really cool and exactly what we were hoping for. All right, moving on. What was that game?
Which one?
The other one, not Resident Evil.
Days Gone.
Yes. Okay, so this opens up.
This was their big game, apparently, they were banking on. Like,
I mean...
They ended the show with this.
Well, they did open with God of War.
Yeah,
which they're banking on, obviously. Yeah, this was tricky.
Yeah.
This was tricky because this game looks just like Last of Us 2.
I thought it was Last of Us 2, and I was so pissed.
99% of people thought it was.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it's not.
No, me too, because I do not like the main character. I think he looks dumb.
He does.
He reminds me of my brother.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah. I kind of want to play as your... I'll play as your brother.
Yeah, my brother is hilarious.
I wish it was your brother.
Yeah, it would be a better game.
It would be.
He'd be building potato guns and stuff. Like, he would be doing...
He's like Dead Rising.
Yeah.
He should be in the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, overall... Okay, so we thought it was Last of Us 2. We both thought that. I think most people did.
Yeah.
It just looked like that aesthetic. There was zombies in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are your overall thoughts on this? Let's describe what it kind of is and isn't.
Well, it's an open world Last of Us, basically.
Is it open world?
It is open world.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I will say though that like the gameplay demo that they did show looked awesome with all the zombies just swarming them.
Like they'd like pour out of like windows and like sidecars and stuff,
pouring at
and
him.
like that kind of thing looked great.
Yeah, it looked really good. I didn't like how it had the convenient exploding barrels everywhere. It's like, oh really, we're doing this?
Yeah,
like that kind of was stupid. I really didn't care for the main character or any of the characters we saw. Mm-hmm. But the part where he was running from those zombies was terrifying.
Yeah, and like looking back and shooting. And to give you kind of an idea of what it's like, it's funny because my brother was watching me watch this, and he's like, is this Uncharted?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I think it's The Last of Us, because at that point I didn't know. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that it's, what's it called?
Days Gone.
Okay, Days Gone, which these people actually developed the Uncharted game for the PSP.
Yes, they did.
Or Vita. Whatever.
I think it was the Vita.
Okay, Vita. So it's interesting that he made that connection. And it does very much look like a kind of less, like a little slowed down version of like an Uncharted.
Yeah.
Like, like behind the back, not behind the back, but like third person running around shooting and jumping around and stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah. What's weird about this E3 is just like how many people are trying to be like Naughty Dog at this point.
That's what I mean. Like this is obviously
it's a blatant like here's another Last of Us. But it's like, why do you do that? Like, why are you trying to compete with the best?
I know. And why do we need it? Like, okay, this game looks fun.
It really does.
And it looks well done.
And it looks intense.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be cool. But why do we need another zombie game?
Yeah, and I think that's another big problem with it is we're worn out on these games.
Yeah.
Like, you missed the boat on this. If you would have came out with this game like 4 years ago, maybe. But now it's like we're so many zombies. Mm-hmm. And the only reason Dead Rising looks so good is because it's fun zombie killing.
Yeah, like you do it. You're just killing them for fun.
Yeah.
And this, it's like scary.
Yeah, it's supposed to be scary. Mm-hmm. And I guess maybe they're not supposed to be zombies, but maybe they're like, I don't know, something else. Who knows?
There's some kind of dead thing. They look like zombies. They're running really fast.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks really cool how, like, it is visually impressive how many characters they got on the screen, and them swarming you looked awesome, but it's like one of those things. Luckily, that barrel's there to blow up.
Yeah, it's like on one hand, it looks really cool. On the other hand, it's like
it looks very
generic.
by the numbers. Yeah,
exactly.
Like, it looks really good, but it's very by the numbers at the same time.
I'm on the edge with it. Like, I think it looks good. I don't know if I'll play it. Like, I don't know. I might get it.
Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know why they ended the show with this.
Honestly, like I think
they should have ended with God of War. Maybe, I don't know.
I think that they just were like, this is. People honestly are going to think our game is Last of Us. Let's put it last.
Yeah. Hoping
like everyone's going to be super pumped, and they're going to be like, oh my God, it's Last of Us 2. And they're going to like watch the whole thing, be super stoked, and then it's not going to be Last of Us 2. And then I think their thought on it was, look, we can do a game that's just as good as Last of Us.
Yeah.
And it's not Last of Us. But then in other people's heads like ours, it's like, way to copy Last of Us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, way to just jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, and you're not going to do it as well.
No.
Like, it looks like a solid game, but then at the same time, like, I've done this before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've done too many zombie apocalypses.
It kind of reminded me of Left 4 Dead, but more serious. Like, Left 4 Dead was serious, but I don't know. It, like, kind of goofy, too. But this is just, like, straight up horror, running from zombies. So, I don't know.
It looked fun.
It's just so weird. It's in this, like, weird, like, state with me where it looks great, but it's just too late, I think.
Yeah. We have too many zombie games.
That sucks that they released Dead Rising right now.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, oh, shit.
Yep.
Like, I'd rather play Dead Rising.
Exactly.
Okay. So, I think all we have left for this is Resident Evil.
We can mention Crash Bandicoot's coming.
He's coming back. They're doing
the remasters.
They're doing the remasters, which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Sucks we're not getting a new game.
I think people are like, it's like one of those, I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take what we can get.
I think Naughty Dog's just like, why not just make some money?
Yeah.
Honestly.
They give it to Activision.
Huh?
Activision's doing it.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're still going to get money.
Oh, yeah.
Licensing and stuff.
Exactly.
So, it's cool. I mean, they can work on Last of Us 2 while we get Crash. That's fine.
Yeah, it's great.
And honestly, it's sad to say this, like, the platforming games are pretty much dead. So it's nice. That'll be like one of the most refreshing games to play.
Yeah, it probably will be.
Because we don't have that many.
Yeah, I miss running and jumping.
Yeah, so it'll be fun.
All right, so you want to do it? Resident Evil 7.
Okay, so Resident Evil 7 was unmasked.
Yeah.
Like we thought it would.
Yeah,
we said it would.
We said it would be.
We were pretty
coming
spot
real
on.
soon, too, January.
Yeah, not soon enough because I'm tired of... I want 2016 dates.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm excited for this yet. They released a demo for it.
Okay.
On PlayStation Network. I was on vacation, so I couldn't play it. But Kester, you said you played it.
I did play it.
Okay, so we have a demo. You played the demo, and you saw the E3 on it. What are your overall thoughts? And then I'll give mine since I'm a little less experienced.
Okay, this is a tough one because in a way I did ask for exactly this. Like, I wanted something different, but I didn't want a first-person game.
Yeah.
And like I played this game. Okay, I played this trailer, and it was scary. Okay.
Oh, you're talking about the demo.
The demo.
Okay. Yeah.
I played the demo. It was really scary, and I could see how if this was VR,
which it's going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrifying. But I don't know about this as a Resident Evil game. Like I guess you wake up in a residence and there's a bunch of evil in there. So
they just took it literally.
They took it straight literally. Like this was genuinely scary. Like this was one of the more, like, I would say it was on par with PT and as far as like frightening.
That's kind of what I saw from the little snippets. I'm like, this is PT, but Resident Evil.
Like this is a Silent Hill game. This isn't a Resident Evil game.
Yeah. Like
that's my thoughts on it.
Okay.
I was genuinely terrified, but I'm not. There's a layer of fun in a Resident Evil game that wasn't there.
Yeah, like it's that replayability factor.
Yeah. It's just like I felt really scared. Like there's this. I don't want to ruin anything because you'll play the demo. There's one part where you go in like a basement and it is. You're on edge the whole time.
Yeah, yeah, it's a basement.
Yeah, the whole thing is very scary. But then like if you look in the trailer, they're like ghost hunters. Like ghosts have never been in a Resident Evil game. Why are there ghosts?
Is there ghosts or is this like?
No, they're ghosts. The people are like. What happens is they're kind of like.
Seriously, tell me about it because. This is open. This is free range. Like, I don't want to wait. Like, tell me what's going on because I can play it if I want.
Okay.
And these people, if you, like, anyone listening. Just
yeah, and apparently this isn't even going to be in the game.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I guess this is just kind of like what to expect. Like, almost an experiment. This is what the game's going to be like.
Yeah, but it's you wake up in a residence.
So, just a house.
Yeah, you just wake up in a house. And it just said, like, you escape the house, basically, kind of thing.
Are you by yourself?
No. Wait. I'm trying to remember. I think it starts with you, like, you just wake up and you're, like, in a chair tied up.
Okay.
And, like, some guy's, like, trying to, like, cut you out of the chair. And someone gets up and, like, hits him. And then it, like, you black out and then you just wake up and you're in the house. And it's, like, escape this house. And you basically just, like, walk around and it's, like, real creepy. And you find this, like, tape. And then you put it in a VCR and it cuts to, like, these, like, you're now a cameraman and you're following these, like, two guys in. And I guess.
So you play this part.
Yeah, you play this part.
Okay.
And you're basically trying to find, it's like, I guess they're ghost hunters, like a type of show like that. And they're pretty hilarious about the dialogue with that kind of stuff. So that was great. But you go in and you're just walking around with them. And then suddenly the one guy disappears. And basically the one guy freaks out and you're like following him around and he finds like this like secret switch in a fireplace and it opens up like this back room and you go in there and there's a ladder and you have to climb down the ladder. And as soon as you get down there, you like can't really see anything and you like kind of like do a spin and then suddenly the one guy is just standing in the corner like Blair Witch style.
Yeah.
And you walk over to him and of course he's dead and it's really insane. Like really creepy. And then the like videotape cuts off and then you go and you hit the switch and you go into that room. And I thought you were going to go down those stairs, but you don't. There's just a key to the back door. And then you go to the back door and you unlock it and some dude just like grabs you and punches you out and says, "Welcome to the family." And then it's like, the family will be expecting you.
What?
Yeah.
That's not what I expected.
No, it's nothing like a Resident Evil game. It's really weird. But it is scary shit, dude. Like, it is really scary.
Okay. Well, this is the other thing, too. It's not known if this is going to be titled Resident Evil 7.
No.
Because if you look at the title when they bring it up, it
just says
built into Resident Evil. Like,
yeah.
the V and I is like, you know what I mean? Like 7. And then it says Biohazard at the bottom.
Yeah.
Which is what the original title was Biohazard.
Yeah, it was Biohazard in Japan.
Yeah. So that's why they're doing it. So it might just be called Resident Evil Biohazard.
Mm-hmm.
If that is the case, if Biohazard's in the name, that makes me believe that there will be some kind of zombie toxin virus thing going on.
Yeah, but there's no evidence of that.
But there's... Okay. So there's not even like a zombie in this.
No, what it seems like, it's almost like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's what from you. What you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought of too.
That's kind of all I got out of it. You know, like the house is. I mean, man, is it creepy.
Yeah.
Like I will say it. I was on edge the entire fucking time.
Yeah.
Like it's just like if I would have it, and I can imagine playing this in a VR, it's going to be very scary. I just don't know if it's Resident Evil.
Yeah, again, maybe just a different IP.
Yeah, if this was a different IP. But as opposed to God of War, at least Resident Evil was supposed to be a horror game.
Yeah, it went back to its roots and even went even deeper.
Yeah.
They're doing what they can do with horror now. People are saying like if this is VR, it's going to be too scary.
It might be.
You couldn't even handle it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the press conference people are like, if I play this VR, like I will legitimately be like, I might die.
Yeah. like people are
sick.
I could definitely see that, man. Like this thing is scary.
Yeah.
Like it is. Like I remember I'm like, when I cut off the video and I went into that back room, I'm like, I'm going to go down there. And I didn't like how I didn't.
Yeah, like that's what you wanted.
Yeah, like I wanted to go down there, but like I mean, there might be more to this demo too.
You might have skipped some stuff
than what I found because they said it's supposed to be like an hour, and it took me like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing maybe I missed some stuff, but like it was really scary. That's all I can say. But is it Resident Evil?
Okay.
Like, I want to be fighting monsters. I want to have a gun. Like,
the whole thing for me is the first person.
And
obviously, the first person is going to give you the most scary factor. And that's what they're going for. Okay. But that's not really Resident Evil.
No, this looks it does look terrifying, but like Resident Evil was never that scary.
No.
Like it was never this like this is Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a Silent Hill game. It looks like a Silent Hill game, which is fine. I think this game is going to be scary, but I don't know if it's going to be as fun.
Like to a fault almost.
Yeah, to a fault. Like I didn't know if I enjoyed this because I was like in my house by myself at night. Like it was probably one of the scariest things I've ever played. Which if you're in a VR, it would be too much, I think.
The other thing I want to say about this is Resident Evil is always cool with the first round trip of playing the game. It's like it's definitely the scariest if you're going to say that. And it's like adventure and horror and like you get the gunplay and the story and finding the little puzzles and stuff. But the whole thing was you could always replay it and you get like better guns. You want to do speed runs of it.
Yeah,
all of those are out.
Yeah, that's all gone.
Like this is like a one-time pony. Like I'm just going to play this game one time. Why would you play it again? Not like you're going to speed run this. Like it's first person scary.
Yeah, and all the jump scares, you're not going to.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a one and done thing.
It is a one and done thing. And
they're guaranteed there are like this isn't the game itself, but they're saying like it's going to be first person.
Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. It's also like they don't mention who the main like who are you? Like you're just like some guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Obviously, I mean if they're going VR too, they claimed that they were making this before VR was even a thing.
I could see that though.
Yeah, so they're just going to tie it in, which is I mean, why not if you're doing this?
Yeah,
so
cuz if you were already going this route.
But the whole thing about the first person thing is I mean, obviously like you said you don't know who you are. You can put yourself into that. If you're a man or, a woman, you can be like, oh, it doesn't matter. But that's the thing, like, again, that's more of a Silent Hill thing. Resident Evil is, what makes Resident Evil great is because you get the Leon Kennedys and Jill Valentines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, those characters are badass, and I love them. I'm going to miss those characters.
I am.
Or at least a new type of character they could have came up with.
And I will go give them like, this is so different, but it might be a good idea for them.
It'll definitely rejuvenate the series.
Yeah, I think people think that like are gonna love this.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, hardcore Resident Evil fans not so much, but they're going to bring in a whole new audience.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm about as passionate a Resident Evil fan as you can be.
Sure, yeah.
And I am pretty excited for this.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Like, I think that this is so different, but, like, it's what I wanted. Like, I was tired of, the over-the-top action games, tank controls. Like, give me something different. And they did, and I think it's going to deliver on what they're trying to do.
I would agree with you. I mean, it's totally different.
It is not.
You wouldn't know this was Resident Evil until it popped up.
No. Had no idea. Like, even playing that demo, I would have thought I was playing, like, Silent Hill.
Yeah, I mean, I could... Why? Yeah,
it's
better than being sad that they're coming out with, like, another obvious Resident Evil cop-out game or something.
Yeah, like, try something.
And they're doing it.
And, yeah, we'll see if it pays off. And I think what they're going for, it looks like they're going to nail it. So,
yeah. Cool.
Yeah, terrifying.
That's awesome.
It is really terrifying.
I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's Sony's press conference.
So what do you got for Sony grade?
I'm gonna go. They delivered on what I wanted. This is the thing. Now that we're done with Microsoft and Sony, I'm so sad that we didn't get a Red Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am.
Yeah.
I was so sad that we didn't get any hint of that. If Sony would have released a Red Dead, this would have been an A.
Yeah.
For me. So it's not, I'm going to say it was probably a B or B minus in that range.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go A.
Okay.
Because I think they were just games and games and games.
Which is cool. And you're right.
That's what I want.
That's cool. I'm not saying it because they didn't talk about other software or any. Well, they talked about VR too.
Yeah, VR.
Which we didn't mention. It's going to be $400.
Price point's high on that.
Yeah,
but I almost want to get it to play this Resident Evil game.
I might get it because it's a plausible way of doing VR. It's cheaper, and like I don't want to rebuild my PC.
Yeah,
again
exactly.
So I might do it. I don't know.
And man, would this thing be terrifying?
Yeah. So in case you didn't know, that's going to be priced at $400 for now. I'm giving it a B minus strictly because the games that they showed that I was anticipating, they showed and it looked good. Exactly what I expected it to be. Like I was like, okay, cool. That's what I wanted Horizon Zero Dawn to look like, and that's what it is.
Yeah. It's just I got release dates for my Last Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
We got a new Resident Evil. We got God of War.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm giving it a lower grade because these games that they're like banking on, they're just rehashes of other games that I've played.
Yeah.
Like God of War, I'm disappointed.
Days Gone, same thing.
Like God of War literally is dropping this to a B itself just because like, yeah, you're giving it
Yeah,
to me,
you know
but
what? I'm going B just because of that. You're right. Because of God of War, this is a B. But I like their press conference in the fact that it was short and it was just
sweet
games.
Yeah,
games.
and that's great. I mean, B's a good score.
Yeah.
It's not like a bad score. It's just, like I said, I'm disappointed in what some of these... It's not Sony's fault, necessarily, but it's just I'm a little disappointed in where it's going. But what I did want to see and what I knew was coming out, it's like I already knew.
Yeah.
I already knew I was pumped for Last Guardian. I was already pumped for Horizon. Like
the only real surprise was, oh my God, this is Resident Evil?
Yeah, like that's the only like other than God of War, but then I'm very disappointed in what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's a hard conference because they gave us exactly what we wanted, but the content wasn't necessarily what we wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, as a Sony giving it, it's like an A. Like they did everything right. They showed up, gave us our games. That's what we wanted. As a developer in the games, making the games, I'm sad about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay.
All right.
Next up's Nintendo.
Yeah, which is one game, so should be short. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Here it is.
Let's do it.
Nintendo. Okay, so there's some good and some bad with the Nintendo press conference.
Okay.
I'm just going to say the bad real quick.
Do it. Just get it out of the way.
They didn't talk about the NX.
No, that pissed me off.
Big mistake.
Huge mistake.
They should have said something.
Considering all the developers were there. Like
anything.
Yeah, show something.
Like show the console. Show that stupid controller. I know that's probably stupid.
Yeah, something.
Something. Okay, that's the big thing. The other thing is they obviously didn't have any games.
No.
Other than they had a couple like random RPGs and stuff in there, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
They had Pokemon, Sun and Moon, and Zelda.
All right.
And they finally gave the name to Zelda, which is Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Which is interesting.
I like that name, actually.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to ask first. Should we talk about Zelda now, or should we just talk about Pokemon real quick?
Get Pokemon out of the way.
I know, because you're not a real fan.
Yeah.
Pokemon looks fine. Looks like a good Pokemon game. I'm a fan of the Pokemon games. Solid RPGs. The issue with it is they showed a lot of things we've already seen, and the live gameplay was very slow.
Mm-hmm. A
lot of like this dude just walking around,
just strolling
showing
about.
Pokemon we've already seen, and it was just and it just didn't seem like it was very structured for a game release on E3.
Yeah,
it was just like they hung out and played this game, and they should have had kind of a script going, like this is to show you more things of the game. So I wasn't impressed. A lot of people weren't impressed by it.
Okay.
There's a new part of the game. It's like a battle royale where there's like 4 trainers in one room, and you can all fight the same Pokemon. Like all 4 of them fight at the same time, which is interesting, but something that I don't really care for.
Yeah.
Like I'm not playing Pokemon to play multiplayer because I think it's a better RPG just to play through it by yourself. But that's just me. So you might like that. It's like a battle royale. So, okay, whatever. So yeah, that was kind of weak. A lot of people were unimpressed, as was I, and a little sad. It was too long too.
Yeah.
For it being like the only other game they got, it wasn't very well done. Well, okay. So Zelda.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Are you okay now that you saw something?
Yes.
Like, can you relax a little bit?
The butthole pucker was real.
Yeah.
For like 3 years.
I know.
And then everything just came together.
It really did.
Okay, interesting. Okay, they show the trailer and you're like, oh, yes. And then like you knew it was coming. You felt it. It shows like the logo and it looks like an old school logo. Like it's very reminiscent of the first game even. And then it gives you the title. It's Breath of the Wild. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, oh. At first I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. The more I watch the game being played, the more I'm okay with the title.
Yeah.
And as a Zelda fan, you probably already know that most of the time these titles are based on an item in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, Ocarina of Time,
Wind Waker.
Yeah, Spirit Tracks, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And in this,
Sword.
yeah. And in this, it's based off of the wild, which the creator even said, like, the main part of this game is the environment. So it's cool that they tie that into the name of the game.
Yeah.
And it's such a different take on Zelda.
It really is.
That the name does suit it. And I think, like, overall, I'm happy with the name. I'm totally okay with it, and I like it.
Yeah. I like the name.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I just want you to hit me with questions because I feel like I've literally, like, once Nintendo hit and Zelda came out, I stopped looking at everything else.
Yeah.
Like, I watched every single gameplay thing I could find on Zelda.
See, here's the thing for me with this game, and I'm just going to kind of go with my opinion and then I'll just ask you about it. But if this wasn't a Zelda game, I would think it looked terrible.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, if I hate survival games.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're boring, but it's Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, he's climbing around, so it's kind of like a platformer. So it's like I've seen all this before, but it's Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
If this was any other game, I think it would look dumb.
I know.
But because it's Zelda, it looked so awesome, and those temples are in there.
Yeah.
And all those items you're going to find.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
It completely relies on Zelda.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so good. Like you said, survival aspects, first of all, you could jump.
Yeah, you can jump.
There's a jump button.
That's crazy talk.
That's nuts. That's how silly this is.
Yeah.
Like no other Zelda, you could just jump, and now you can. It's like, yes.
You're just climbing walls, too.
Unfortunately, from Skyward Sword, I hated the stamina meter.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it made sense in that game. But the stamina meter is back in Breath of the Wild, but it makes way more sense. Because climbing a rock, like mountain, does take stamina.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
And like running and stuff in Skyward Sword, it's like, why are you saying I can't run fast? Like, just because of this stamina bar? Like, it's silly. But in this, it makes more sense because it's more survival. So I'm okay with it being back. Because it negates that you can't literally just climb a mountain whenever you want. So it makes sense. The other thing about it is they add food to the game. So you like forage through the forest, you steal meat from the enemies that they're cooking, and you can like literally cook it in a pot, and it gives you either health regen or it gives you ups your heart containers. Like you'll get 10, but like half of them are yellow, meaning once they're gone forever.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
No, I didn't know this.
Yeah, so
you have to eat to keep those.
There is no hearts in the game. Like, you can't cut the grass and get a heart piece to, like, rejuvenate your health. You have to eat.
So it's almost realistic.
Kind of, but, like, if you pick up an apple, you'll eat it. Like, 2 apples, you could get your health back. It'll be, like, one heart for an apple. And it's real quick and easy to eat, so it's not that annoying. But, like, if you cook, like, something really fancy, like a shish kebab, okay. And you have to experiment with recipes.
Yes.
Like,
I hate this so much, but it's Zelda.
I know. You throw mushrooms and you throw meat and then like you'll get this special item that you eat and you'll get like extra health, like I said. So you'll get like yellow hearts, which I like. The thing about this is it's not over realistic. It's like I picked up a mushroom, okay, I picked up an apple. It's like along the way.
Yeah.
And I just throw it in a pot and eat it real quick. It's not like this long drawn out, like I need to just go forage a whole bunch. Like everything's kind of just there for you to pick up.
Do you think Link is the only character in this?
No, Old Man's in it.
Yeah, but what I mean
Old Man.
Is he like one of the last remaining humans?
I don't know. Obviously
because they don't show Zelda and they don't show Ganondorf. So
they kind of do.
They show him?
Calamity Ganon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did?
Okay, what it is at some point in one of the gameplays, Old Man comes up to you.
Uh-huh.
And which is great. His name is just Old Man.
Yeah, it's perfect.
He looks like the King of Red Lions from Wind Waker. He looks like him. So it's insinuated that he might be the king.
Oh, okay. So this is right before Wind Waker?
Maybe. They haven't specified where it is.
They'll never tell you.
Timeline. They said they rely on this timeline now. It's canon.
Yeah.
So people are trying to figure out where it will be placed. But at one point, like there's like these towers. They're called resurrection towers that you unlock.
Uh-huh.
And basically these are the waypoints of the game, so you can fast travel.
Yeah.
Different sections. And after that, Old Man comes up to you and he's like, tells you kind of what's going on. It's your first glimpse at the story. And he points you to the castle. And it's like this crazy beast, like mist is like circling the castle, and it's like taking form of like almost like a warthog or dragon thing.
Yeah. And
he's like, that's Calamity Ganon.
Ah.
And that's what they're calling him. So we don't know if that's like, people are saying it's the evil spirit of Ganon. Because he doesn't say Ganondorf, it's Ganon.
Yeah.
We don't know if Ganondorf exists anymore, but it's definitely an evil presence surrounding the castle, and people are just speculating that it's just overall, like, since it's Calamity Ganon, it's just like...
Does he wake up in like a puddle or something?
Yeah. Well, so Calamity Ganon is just like a force to be reckoned with. Like, no one knows.
It's just a mysterious force.
Chaos. Like, that is just the pure evil of Ganon is just taking control of the castle. Okay, so
he's just like a force. He's not really...
From what we're seeing, yeah.
So far, okay.
It's like literally the most evil thing he could be. It's just his evilness.
So it's just a ball of evil.
Pretty much.
That's cool.
And I like to call it Calamity Ganon.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, that's its name for right now. So, yeah, if you watch the gameplay, basically what happens is there's a voice. Whoa. First off, there's never been a voice in a Zelda game.
Yeah, there's never been a Zelda voice.
So there's a woman. It's a woman saying,
wake up.
Link, wake up. Wake up, Link. It calls you Link, so you're Link. There's no question about who you are now. You're male Link, not female Link.
Yeah.
Because there was, speculation.
There was that speculation.
Clear that up. And you rise out of a puddle.
Yeah.
Like the puddle, and you kind of wake up and you're naked.
It's like Matrix style. Almost.
Yeah, it is. Very futuristic, kind of, like in a weird Zelda way.
Yeah.
It's like futuristic for Zelda. And then you wake up and you just have your boxers on, basically. And you run around and you get something called the Sheikah tablet, which is like supposed to represent basically like your Wii U pad.
Oh, I see.
I mean, that's kind of what they're going for. And it's kind of your item to get you around the world. Like, that's how you open shrines, and that's how you, like, mark things on your map so you can see.
Yeah.
And all that kind of thing. But another awesome thing that they showed was you open two boxes, a chest, and then there's clothes in them, and you can put them on. Which is crazy because you never really could do that.
No.
So, basically, they're going to have tons of equipment in the game.
Yeah, he was wearing armor.
Like, yeah, there's straight up armor in it. There's a lot of different outfits. The thing they never showed.
Yeah, the one thing they didn't show.
The green tunic. Obviously, I think that's going to be like...
It's going to be important.
It's going to be super important. It's going to be like, you're the fucking hero now when you get that.
Oh, I loved how the trailer ended with just the Master Sword.
Oh, beautiful.
That was a beautiful way to end that trailer.
It was gorgeous. And so...
This world, too, just looks amazing.
Yeah, the color is fantastic in it.
It looks like you're in a painting, like a watercolor painting.
I know. It really does. Yeah, so you can change your equipment. Tons of different weapons. The weapons break as you use them. So you're going to have to, like, go around collecting weapons. This is the thing, though. They're talking about there's going to be some kind of fortification for weapons. And obviously, when you get the Master Sword, it's not going to break.
Obviously.
So I think there's going to be a way. Like, you're going to find weapons you can upgrade and stuff. But at the beginning stages of the game, it's just foraging and trying to survive.
Yeah.
When it's cold out, you need to wear better clothes. And when it's hot out, you need to wear better, like vice versa.
Yeah, it's a survival game, it seems like.
Yeah, and you're very much alone. There's not much going on.
That's the one thing about the trailer. That's why I asked you, like, do you think there's, like, he might be, like, the last person on Earth besides the old man or something?
I don't think so, because there are villages. Like, they have been, but I don't know what's going to be in the village.
Yeah, because it's like, there seems to be, like, a very, like, tone of isolation.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, definitely I think there is.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going for. But I think there's going to be villages sporadic, throughout, because there are rupees in the game. They didn't show any in the gameplay. But if you see in the menu at the top right of the screen, there's a rupee and a 0.
All right.
Dude, I did investigations
Yeah,
here.
you can guess.
So
I was going to ask you the rubies.
There are. So they're there.
Are there fairies?
I don't know.
There has to be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know there's like these shrines spread through like hundreds. They're saying there's like over 100 of these shrines. And they're like short mini dungeons. And at the end, there's like a puzzle, of some sort. At the end, you get an item. There's like really important items, and there's items like not so important, like probably like clothing and weapons and stuff.
At least we're gonna have fashion Zelda.
Yeah, we are, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's great actually.
But there's like these old wise men at the end of each of these. And they're doing different symbols with their hands, which is interesting in lore because most of them are like resembling the Triforce in some way.
Mm-hmm.
People are speculating about them. Very in-depth stuff, but it's fun to look at if you're a fan, but if not, it's like, who knows what these could be.
Yeah.
But they're at the end, so there's these, like, basically monks that have been sitting there for hundreds of years or whatever, waiting for you, and then once you get their item, they go away. But I don't know if they're actually alive. They kind of look mummified.
Yeah, or ghosts or something.
Yeah, so they're there. Jeez, there's so much.
Yeah, I just had something there, but then you kept talking about... Are there going to be 8 dungeons? Or is this?
I don't know. They didn't. There's definitely not as many dungeons as there are shrines. They're saying the shrines are smaller, but there are dungeons, and that they're going to be much, much bigger.
Yeah, and they're like, is it still going to be an item you find in every dungeon to help you beat the boss?
Depends. I don't know.
Like, yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much mystery here.
But that's what makes it so good.
Yeah, it does.
It's so cool.
And it's almost like I don't want to learn anything else about this game till I play it.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that. I just took it all in so I could talk about it here. And from what I saw, it's just like breathtakingly awesome. I mean, you can chop down every tree in the game if you want.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And they said that what they brought to E3 was like, what, 1%? Not even 1% of the world?
You're playing like, it's called the Grand Plateau, which is like the center of the map. They zoomed it out. It is like literally like someone like drew them out. It does come up to be about 1 or 2% of the whole entire map.
Yeah, that's crazy. And nobody found everything in that map in 3 hours.
Yeah, like no one could do it. So that's great news. It's going to be huge.
So it's like we're getting a giant open world survival game.
But it's Zelda.
Like, that's the thing I keep coming back to. Like, I hate everything you just told me.
I know.
But it's Zelda.
But it looks fun.
Yeah, because it's Nintendo, it's like when they do something like this, it's always amazing.
Yeah, I think the thing about it is it's not overly realistic. It's not overly serious. It's just their way of doing it.
Yeah.
Like, there's cooking, and there's, like, item equipment, and, like, all this sounds, like, overbearing, and, like, what the fuck is this? It's a Zelda. But then, like, you see it in action.
And it looks simple.
It looks fun, and it looks like just a really good time.
What was the deal with the, like, wand that he could, like, make stuff with? Like, remember in the lake, he, like, made that block?
Oh, okay.
And then he dropped the block on the other guy.
So, basically...
is that some kind of magical MacGuffin?
It's like... There's like these technologies, like the creator said Zelda always has something going with it. Like there's an instrument or something going on. And in this, it's all about like technology. Like this is what the Sheikah people have like come like with science. Like it's actually saying like this, they have actually looked into science, have created things through science and technology here.
Okay.
So this is what they're focusing on. like one of the items you get in the shrine, it's like it looks like a giant magnet basically, and anything metal you can control and like move around. So you can like, if there's a gap that you can't jump somewhere in the world, like probably close by, like for instance in the gameplay in the lake, there was a metal bridge, like a little plank.
Yeah.
He picks it up with the like magnet, sets it down, and then he could get across the gap.
Ah, okay.
So like that's kind of like, that's like an item. The other item that you're talking about, that's probably in a shrine somewhere. You can create blocks so that you can platform.
This sounds insane, like to hit all these 100 shrines.
Yeah.
This is gonna be daunting.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
And they said that you could
beat the game
and not beat the story.
Mm-hmm. Literally, the creator said the end boss is in the game. You can go and fight him.
Yeah.
At the beginning. You just got to know where he is and how to. But you could do it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he's there or her or whatever it is.
And we don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's like Chrono Cross or Trigger.
Yeah.
It's like you could beat the end boss early in the game.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard as hell, but you can do it. He's there.
Yeah.
It's kind of that.
That's awesome.
So he said that he wanted to get fans who like to explore the option to explore, the fans who like the story, the option of story, and fans who want to just beat the game to see how fast they can beat it, that option. So he's just trying to, like, you know, he's listening to everybody, and he wants to see what people can do. He knows, he's like, there's going to be a bunch of people out there that want to beat this game as soon as possible and, like, record it. Like, you know.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You know, and that's awesome that you can do that. And it'll be interesting to see how you can do that.
Man, this game is going to be so, like, huge. Just, like, people discovering things.
Oh, it's going to be great.
It's going to be insane.
Uh-huh. I'm happy to say that the fire rod's in it.
Yes.
Like, that's awesome. It looks fun. Like, you can literally set fires to, like, bushes and stuff and, like, grass.
What was the deal with him burning all the...
Yeah, you can just do it.
Yeah.
Like, you can really set
like,
up...
I heard in the demo someone accidentally burnt, like, half the woods down.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. That's crazy.
It's so cool, though.
Yeah.
There's... what you can, like, sneak now. You can if you want.
I'm not gonna.
I know. But there's, like, this part where there's, like, a big skull. Like, not like a mountain, but like a big... I think they called it, like... It's like a hideout for one of the enemies. And in the eyes, there's, like, barrels in the eyes that make them look like pupils. If you shoot the barrel down, it falls and explodes. It kills everything inside. And, like, the fire coming out was fantastic. And killed everything in there.
Yes.
And you go in and you can just, like, loot the hell out of it and collect weapons and stuff.
Yeah, it just seems like there's, like, a lot of killing and looting and surviving.
Yeah.
I like the wild horses, like taming a wild horse.
You can tame wild horses. I don't know if Epona is going to be in it. I mean,
hope she is.
She probably will be. Like, this is the thing I'm thinking is going to happen. Like, you start the game, you have nothing, obviously. You have to work your way up. And then as you hit these dungeons or shrines, you're going to get items that the hero has gotten before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And, like, it adds to your arsenal, like, okay, I got the horse. Now I don't have to tame horses anymore.
Yeah.
I have Epona now. It's like, now I have a bow that doesn't break. Now I have a hammer that doesn't break. Now I have a sword that doesn't break. And now I have a tunic that I can go anywhere in the world and it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get those off the bat because that would negate most of the game.
In the exploring.
Yeah. So, like, basically what I think is going to happen is you're going to go collect all these items. They're going to be legendary items, obviously.
Yeah. And
then once you get all of those, you can literally explore the entire map and not worry about it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, actually.
Which is sweet because, like, oh, now I don't feel like I need to worry about it. I can just go over here now and do my thing.
I like Death Mountain in the background, too. I wanted to go.
Dude,
that would be the first place I would want to go.
This is interesting. I don't know if a lot of people knew this. So there was someone just stood there and did a 24-hour cycle of the game. Like, not literally 24 hours, it was like 40 minutes of, like, the day and night cycle.
Yeah.
It's staring at
Death
Mountain. Sorry. I had to swallow. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So staring at Death Mountain, you can see this giant, creepy thing just pacing around the mountain, like climbing it.
That's awesome.
So there's going to be some kind of, like, guardian thing there. Maybe it's a Goron. Who knows? But it's creepy because you can barely see it, but you see something move in. Mm-hmm. So he's, like, doing the perimeter there, which is awesome. And then when it becomes nighttime, a meteor falls. Like, it's just shooting across the sky. No, it hits the ground, and there's an item there.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, like, you're going to get like special ore from that you could potentially create cool weapons with or something. So there's that too.
Yeah, it's
like what's that? It's like what?
Like this game sounds like it's going to have so much stuff to find, discover. It looks great.
It does. It looks fantastic. I literally can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm so pumped.
Like as soon as I watched that trailer, I was just like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to buy a Wii U."
Okay, so we're talking about the Wii U version. Things that I learned about the Wii U. The Midna and Wolf Link amiibo. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can use that in the game, and Wolf Link appears to help you, which is kind of cool. You get a wolf companion.
That is sweet.
And depending on what his level is, like if you beat the game in Twilight Princess with it and have full hearts, he'll have all those hearts. If you never did, then you'll just have 3. So depending on that. People are saying that since Wolf Link's in the game, that means it's in the Twilight Princess timeline, but a lot of other people are like, that's bullshit. They're just trying to get amiibos in there.
Yeah, they're just throwing amiibos in there.
So who knows?
I feel like in the timeline, I feel like it could almost be after Wind Waker.
I know. Like everything unfloods.
Yeah, everything unfloods.
This is the issue. Okay, Old Man obviously looks like the guy from Wind Waker.
Yeah.
The king. The other issue is people have pretty much tied this land to Twilight Princess. Like, they're like, this is all in Twilight Princess, map-wise.
Yeah.
So there's that. But those are 2 different timelines. So it could be, or it could be after the...
Wait, that's 2 different timelines? Mm-hmm. I thought this was all the same timeline.
No, it's like a couple games, hits Ocarina of Time, and then it splits to 3 different timelines.
That's just nonsense.
Oh, yeah, it's Heroes Defeated timeline, Heroes Succeeds timeline, and then I'm such a Zelda fan. It escapes me.
All right.
But
it's fine.
It's a different timeline. Or it's like peace happens. It's like Ganon gets destroyed. It's something like that.
The peace timeline.
Yeah, it's. I just read it too.
I just think also with the color of it, I feel like it's the Wind Waker timeline.
Yeah, I kind of
it
on
looks
that board
like
too.
It looks like the most like Wind Waker.
But the thing is, Old Man's in it.
Yes.
The timeline with Old Man is the Heroes Defeated timeline, which is the one that isn't Twilight or Wind Waker.
Which one is it?
It's the
Majora's Mask one.
No, it's like Link to the Past, the second Zelda, so Link's
Adventures of Link.
Yeah. And then the first Zelda. The first Zelda game ever on NES is the last game in that timeline.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'm honestly leaning toward it's after that one.
It's after the Nintendo Zelda.
Because if you look at the Nintendo Zelda, who's in the game? Old Man. Impa, which is the old lady.
Yeah.
Which turned into Zelda's caretaker in the other games.
And
but the isolation of the first game.
Yeah, if you look at the first game, it's just pretty much you in a world.
Yeah, and then this random old man who gives you things, which is basically what we're just described as Breath of the Wild.
So maybe it's a sequel to the original Nintendo.
Yeah, like
makes sense.
I'm leaning there. That's where I'm leaning. Okay. That's kind of where I'm hoping.
Yeah,
I think it'd be cool because I want another game after that one. So we'll see. Okay, Wii U. So there's amiibo functionality with it. Mm-hmm. You can use a Pro Controller for the game.
That's awesome.
Which I knew you'd like, which I think's a great idea. This is the issue. Just watching gameplay, there's frame rate issues. I saw slowdown while people were playing, which is sad.
That's not good.
It's such a big game. Obviously, the Wii U's not the hardiest thing ever. They're saying it's 720p and 30 frames per second. Getting nerdy.
Yeah.
NX. It's going to be on NX. People are saying it's probably going to be 1080p and 60 frames per second.
So get the NX version.
So,
because
it's going to be the superior game when it comes to optimization. But what scares me is, depending on what happens with the NX, amiibos might be involved, which I don't want.
No.
Because this game has amiibo. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's speculation.
I doubt they're going to drop the amiibos, though.
I know. I mean, I don't really care. They don't really bother me, but that just brings about like a whole bunch of extra bullshit they might add to the system.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So that's that. I'm a little sad on that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So overall, Zelda.
I'm so excited. I don't have words.
Yeah, it looks.
I could
so
talk
good.
about it forever.
Like I said, it just amazes me that everything I hate in a game they've thrown into a game, and me go, this looks so good.
If you do it right.
Yeah.
If you do it right, man.
Yeah.
Nintendo will do it right.
Exactly.
It does look that good.
So what do you give Nintendo's press conference?
Okay. This is the other thing.
And here's my other question for you.
What?
Did Nintendo win E3 with one game?
Yeah, it did.
It did. I think it did too.
No, this is the thing. I watched like 3 different conferences. I watched like IGN and then 2 other ones. The name escapes me. I kind of jump back and forth looking for Zelda stuff. They're pretty much all have said that Zelda's their game.
Yeah.
Like, this is the game we're most excited about. Was the most fun, the most accessible. We learned the most about it. Like, we're most excited about this game. It won E3.
Yeah.
So Nintendo did win E3.
Like, it's crazy to think that Nintendo won E3 with one game.
That's what we've been saying. Like,
Yeah.
put out one game and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Put out one Metroid, put out one Mario, put out one Zelda, you'll be good. But they won't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, this is the thing, though. Okay, the conference. They did the Treehouse Live thing.
Yeah.
Where they're not actually there. Like, they're in their own studio, and then they broadcast that out.
Mm-hmm.
So, this makes you think, okay, they've had time to think about this. That, like, technical quirks shouldn't be happening.
Nope.
Okay, so they're giving Zelda gameplay. First ones ever. They're describing it, the opening of the game, they're running around, they're doing things, collect things, describing it. Maker's there talking about his ideas for the game, what's going on. And they're playing it, and the guy playing it, he's running around showing stuff, and then it says, thank you for playing, and it blacks out. He giggles, so does the maker. They were playing the fucking demo version.
Yeah.
Instead of the non-demo version live.
Yeah.
So it blacks out. They have to restart the game. And so they stop the gameplay footage and they're just talking and asking questions about the game. And the dude's like sprinting to where he was before. And then it shows the gameplay again. It's just like Link half naked, like unequipped for what they're doing. And it just like turned into this mess. And I'm like, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, what? You play the demo version?
Come on, man.
Yeah, like, so that, like, and the same with Pokemon, like, they just did not seem like they were ready for this.
No, they just threw that in there, I feel like.
I like the fact they just showed us the opening of the game, they played it, but, like, you were obviously going somewhere with this, and now you can't go there, and I'm pissed. Because I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
So that was frustrating. So, like, the conference itself, like, there was some stuff to be desired. But, yeah, like, Zelda looked that good.
It did look that good. Like, I was thinking about this. I was like, after I watched all the stuff, I'm like, so who won E3? And I'm like, well, Microsoft, nothing there for me. I mean, I like Dead Rising. So I was like, so it's Sony, right? Because they had a bunch of games. But I'm like, God of War looked disappointing. Days Gone wasn't great. Like, they had a bunch of games, but none of them wowed me. And then I was like, it's Zelda. Like, just one game was the best thing about E3.
Yeah.
Like, it really was. Like, everything they showed looked fantastic. Like, it could not have looked better.
Yep.
So they won E3 with one game.
Yep. That is the power of Zelda.
That is how important Zelda is. And it's just, Zelda is that important to every gamer.
Yeah, there's no argument there.
Yeah.
Like, even one of my best friends, he's not a Zelda fan. He's like, I completely understand why people love this game. Like, I have respect for it. I don't really like them, but I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like the Beatles.
Yeah, it's the one game that unites us, man.
It's
that song. It's Zelda. Like, I don't even care about Nintendo anymore, but here's a Zelda, I'm on it.
Yeah,
like,
I completely agree.
I love Zelda that much, and everyone does, and that's how you do it. You just come out with a game, Nintendo.
Yeah, and I can say it seems like it's been worth the wait because, man, this thing looks awesome.
Oh, it does. It looks like it has been worth the wait. Because it was like, is this worth the wait? Is this going to be... Because it was. We hadn't seen anything. It's been in development for how long? Like 8 years?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just nailed it.
Yep.
They hit it right out of the park.
Yep.
So
everything I wanted. Okay, so what's your grade for Nintendo conference?
I'm just giving them an A because it's Zelda.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, just because Zelda's there.
I would say, like, realistically, it's probably an A- because they gave us tons of Zelda, which I completely respect.
Yeah, that's all I wanted.
But they fucked up the demo.
Yeah, so
Like,
A-.
the one thing.
The one thing you can't do, they did.
Yeah, you're like in your own tree house, whatever the fuck you call it.
See, I think this could have went the other way for me. Like, I was... If God of War had looked good...
Mm-hmm.
Like Resident Evil, like I said, I'm genuinely excited about it, but I'm not as pumped as I am about Zelda.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, and according to tweets, Legend of Zelda was the most tweeted game.
Oh, it had to have
from
been.
E3. Like,
dude, the line to play it was 8 hours.
Like, I'm talking, the margin was like quadruple.
Yeah.
From the next game down, which probably was like God of War or something.
Yeah, it's like it's all anyone wanted to talk about.
Yeah, it really stole a show. That's all that mattered. Nintendo honestly should have just done Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about Pokemon. It's cool. I know what I'm getting with Pokemon. You don't need to show me gameplay. Like, show me Zelda. Show me Zelda for 3 days.
Yeah, and that's what they did.
And that's almost what they did.
Yeah. That's the power of Zelda, too. It just keeps Nintendo alive.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even have to say... It's like, we have one game, and you're going to buy our system, and you're going to... you're going to buy a system for one game.
Yeah.
And I will.
I'm probably going to buy the Wii U version, and then I'm probably going to buy an NX, and then I'm probably going to buy Zelda for NX.
I'm probably just going to get the NX with Zelda. Because I'm assuming there's going to be a bundle of some kind.
Yeah. I'm also giving them an A- because they should have said something about NX.
Yeah.
They really should have.
They really should have. I'm giving Zelda an A+. I'm giving Nintendo a B-.
Yeah. It's just Zelda was... That was the most exciting. I am more excited about Zelda now, which I thought was impossible.
Yeah.
Because of this.
And I didn't think I would, because I did not like Skyward Sword that much, and I didn't like Twilight Princess that much compared to other ones.
Mm-hmm.
This one, man.
Well, that's even the developer said. He's like, Skyward Sword, he knows. He said it was not received as well as he wanted it to be. He had complaints it was not open enough.
Nope.
And this was their response.
And what?
Which is like, poof.
Yeah, what a response.
Shut the fuck up and play our game.
Yeah.
And quick side note, there were some rumors that they might make a Sheik spinoff.
I don't care about that at all, do you?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it's Zelda.
It is literally Zelda.
Yeah, I know.
You're playing as Zelda.
I want to play as Zelda.
So it might be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see what... It'll probably... If anything, I'm thinking it'll be like a 3DS game or something.
Probably something dumb.
But who knows?
Yeah.
So that's our show.
That's the show.
Wow.
We're
It was a long one.
Well, I mean, it was going to be.
Yeah, this is the game event, man.
Yeah,
this is what we live for.
This is our entire lives in 3 days.
It is. So it was a great show.
Oh, I know.
Zelda stole it for me. For you, it seems like too.
Yeah, which is weird because I didn't think it would.
Yeah, I
like
knew
that's how good it looked.
Yeah, I knew it would.
Yeah.
But it's like
for you, I was like, it's just gonna be a Zelda. How great it was. Talk for Andrew, but I was like, hopefully it looks cool. But yeah, it stole the show.
Yeah, it's fantastic. If you have not seen Zelda gameplay, go check it out. And like they're not spoiling much. This is almost purely gameplay.
Yeah, it's all gameplay.
So check it out. It's definitely worth your time. Okay, we're gonna wrap up here. I could keep going.
Yeah, we gotta stop.
We're done.
All right.
Okay, Kester.
Go murder my murder.